안녕하세요. Am I sharing my screen with you? Ooh, 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 and a oop and a oop. Oh, I guess I'm not. Hold on. How do I do this? I forget. Okay, wait. Y'all, this is the inner workings. Wait, I should be. Okay, stop virtual camera. Start virtual camera. Please don't tell me those hacks at OBS. Just kidding. Love y'all. Updated something, and so I can't. All right, let's see if I can stream me here. Okay, interesting. Yeah. All right, y'all see this? Okay, hopefully. Sorry, guys. Hopefully that y'all can see everything. We're just looking for attention. Okay, yeah. Okay, it seems like it's working. Also, I'm gonna make myself a bit taller. But anyway, hello everyone. Welcome back to Sleepy Idol, a little bar on 13th in Crenshaw where you can sit back, relax, and talk K-pop with your friends. One thing I think is true though, I think maybe you're muted. There we go. Also, y'all are low-key alcoholics because it's 3 p.m. and y'all are at a bar. Think about that. Think.
You don't always have to drink at a bar.
Oh, snap, that's
It
true.
could be about the atmosphere.
That's true. Oh, that's true. All right, Jasmine's on your
Dragging
side. We're doing good cop, bad cop today. Jasmine, how are you doing this fine evening? Or sorry, afternoon. Look at me.
It's whatever. That's how I feel.
How was
It's like-
your? I think it's been 45 days since we had our last show. So how was your Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas?
I don't even think those are within 45 days of each other.
They are if you try. How was your holiday?
It was all right. I didn't do anything.
Nothing?
I mean, obviously I celebrated like
Okay, I was gonna say.
holidays. But I didn't really I took off of work.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't really do anything.
You had like two whole weeks off.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Yeah, I was very happy.
I should have done that. I don't know why I didn't do that because that's just like the perfect like reset before the new year. Like you can get all the things in place, buy the calendars you need, do all the prepping you need to like start with those resolutions and stuff. But yeah, not many people actually at my job did that. Like they took like a decent chunk here and there, but I'm pretty sure with the way that like a lot of us are remote, people probably have a lot of like PTO saved. So I'm surprised I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, they didn't do it?
Yeah, they didn't.
No one did?
Most people were in. Except I do have one person I work with who is from Alaska. So anytime it's big, I was like, people are from there? Just kidding, Alaskans, we stay.
But like, why are they working like not in Alaska?
Well, that's the thing. She'll go. She was born and raised there, and then she moved in our area, and then she's like been working there, but she goes there frequently because that's where most of her family stayed or whatever. So she like usually she'll go, and so she took off, and it's just so wild because looking at her, I don't know what this means, but I would not expect she's from or frequently goes to Alaska. So it's always like a weird.
What does that even look like?
I don't know.
I feel like that's just a human being.
That's true. What am I even saying? Clap me a bit.
I mean, what's her name from Alaska? Sarah Palin. Out like
I can see my house. Oh my god, I'm kind of giving Sailor Pearland, Sarah Pearland realness with the bit.
No, don't do that to yourself. No.
Welcome back. I immediately got rid of it. But yeah, I think she was. You're right. I don't know a thing about Alaska, and look at me trying to like, judge. But yeah, it's just so funny. And she's just like, yeah, so there's like no sunlight or whatever. Like, it's not fun.
Yeah, that sounds depressing to live there. I couldn't.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm depressed now, and it's just like daylight savings or whatever. It's the opposite, whatever it's supposed to be. But yeah.
Standard.
I did a bunch of nothing too. I mean, for Christmas it was like family gathering stuff, but for New Year's Eve I tried to be like, come on, you're like young and like there's stuff happening downtown. Well, the city I'm currently in is like kind of flop, but they did have stuff. I did see they had stuff, and I was like, yeah, like go downtown and toast in the year and meet strangers. But I was just like, that's not me. That's not the real me.
I would never even think about doing that. No. Go out on New Year's?
I mean,
That's like the last day I would ever. I'm like, I wouldn't want to be around people I don't know.
That's true.
Going into the new year. This is
True.
very,
That's
like,
true.
no.
But yeah, so it was kind of just like, I kind of like just was on my phone, hanging out, watching some movies with my family. Almost missed the countdown because I was like kind of falling asleep reading something in like my room. And then I like realized it was like 11, like, I don't know, 55. And I was like kind of
No one
dozing.
called you?
Yeah. I was like, what kind of family is this? Like, I was like, I would have
Like, let her sleep.
exactly.
5, 4.
Done missed the new year. They probably was about to let me sleep through the whole entire year. But yeah, so I was
Wow.
like, I had to save myself. And if that's not a word for going into 2023, I don't know what is. You can only rely on yourself, and nobody else got your back. You know, make sure you get things done for yourself.
Sounds depressing.
It is. But it's
Everyone sucks around you, so just be independent.
Nobody's your real friend. They're gonna stab you in the back eventually. So make sure you get close, but not too close. Close in the way where you know you have to keep your enemies close, but not actually close as you can open up to somebody close. Yeah.
Depressing.
Going into 2023, better. You know how I do. But yeah, we've been MIA for a moment. I hope everyone had a good holiday as well. I see people went to Florida, Disney, Universal Studios. That's a smart
How
idea.
busy is that?
Oh,
that sounds like I would not want to see anybody.
That is so true. Andre, how busy was it there? Was it more of a New Year's thing or a Chris like other holidays thing? But yeah, that seems like a lot. But that's a fun like alternative. I love how when people like do something intentional for those days. But you know, whilst we were gone, the K-pop industry, you know,
did nothing. Sorry. They don't really do anything in December and January.
No, oh my god, that makes us. There's literally so many end of the year award shows, performances,
and yet
New Year's couple.
What were they? The same thing copied and pasted into the next one.
That is such a good segue for one of the topics. Because I have to drag one of my faves today, and I did not wake up wanting to do that. Although, I think I'm becoming a fake stan because I feel like I'm slowly
dragging them every day.
No,
okay.
The Ivelets are gonna come for me. But I feel like I'm slowly not straying from Ive, but like opening my heart up to other groups to stan. Which you know is just being a human. Are you still hard on aespa? Because I heard you were telling me La Seraphim is your girls now, so you threw aespa in the trash.
No, psych. That's funny. Anyway, they're just added on. Thank you. It's Red Velvet, aespa, and La Seraphim. Wow. See, they're not even completely there yet. I have to like think about it.
You say that now, but aespa stans, you better not claim her too soon because you never know.
Wow. I was there since the beginning. I said Black Mamba was not a flop. You know, I feel like a lot of people were saying that.
I will give you that because you did like Black Mamba from the get-go, which I was like, all right, anyway, next. But I mean,
and it's a good song.
It is. I don't know why. Maybe I was just trying to be like a stunt queen or something like that, but it is.
I feel like everyone didn't like it though. I feel like you weren't the only one. Everyone was just like, what is this? Anyway, Red Velvet, when are you coming back?
Do you think, because I was trying to like make sure like clocking myself and hopefully like I'm not some type of success stan, but I was like, maybe now like when they got popular with Next Level, I could appreciate because they were like no longer, I don't want to say flops, but they were popular. I could now go back and appreciate that was a good song now that they've proved their popularity. I swear that's a thing.
That's so sad. That's so sad. So you have to prove yourself as popular before people can be like, wait a minute, hold up. Your discography is pretty good. Like,
listen,
what? That's so much work just to be appreciated in the past. Like,
no,
whoa.
Okay, to be fair, I think I just kind of heard, like, I'd be in a mood for a type of song as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think maybe I was just not in the mood, but then I kind of saw their vision more, and it became more cohesive after Next Level and, what is the other one? Savage. And then I was like, oh, okay, now that I kind of know what sound they're going for, I can maybe come I'm just a success stan, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say maybe it's like kind of like the TV show thing where it's like if sometimes in the beginning of a TV show it's like not that great. Like for example, I watched Breaking Bad when it first was coming on AMC, and I was like trying to get into it, but I just stopped. And then I went to college, and I remember I think it was like it was about to enter its last season, like final season in the summer of the next year. And so I was like, people are saying this is good. Let me rewatch this. And I realized, wait a minute, this is actually really good. So maybe it's like similar to that, where it's like you weren't into something before, but like after you see where it led to, or hear a little bit about like what it led to, you go back and you're like, oh, now I get it. Oh, this is just okay.
Yeah.
It's just set up. This is good. It's not bad.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a thing. And I definitely like mixed with the fact that I feel like sometimes for shows it does take them a while to find their footing, like in general.
Yeah.
So it's but yeah, I definitely would say that's definitely how I would describe it. Because it's just weird, because it's like I did hear Black Mamba, but it was just like, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it.
Did you really hear it?
Were you really listening though? But yeah. People didn't like Black Mamba. Can't relate. I feel like people. Well, okay. I think it also is the fact. Also, hey, Doherty, welcome. I also think it's the fact that like when you're a group, and not to be like, woe is big three, big four. Did you know that that's common? That's common terminology. We're old heads, because
I feel like the common terminology is still big three plus hype.
No, if you see
I still see that majority.
No, I swear, if you see, because like I've been like trying to find like, go in the trenches more, and like I feel like, I don't know, I assume they're younger people, but like I think they're newer stands, but I feel like it's very common to say big four and everyone know what you're talking about. And I definitely think it's a K-pop generational divide. And I think maybe it's because, if you go to certain communities, they'll still say big three plus hype. But I feel like it's really moving into people being like, no, it's the big four now. And I think because they have other artists now, people are like, when it was like just BTS and Big Hit for the most part, I feel like people are like, okay, you got to prove yourself. But now that they have the Seraphim and like all these sister subsidiary groups, I feel like people are like, no, it's big.
Question. Do you consider, sorry, this is
no, it's fine,
slightly up, 17, do you consider them hype? Like if you were to list out hype groups, would you have said 17?
I think my head and what I'm familiar with will be like, no. But the thing is, they do like stuff together as like a hype family, and 17 will be there. So I'm like, well, realistically, they are technically like a hype group. But I do see it like, because they were a thing before that whole thing happened. So whatever, like, I think any of like the benefits or like stereotypes or whatever that people associate with a hype group, I wouldn't associate those with 17, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
Like if people talk about like hype privilege, I wouldn't say 17 benefits for hype privilege, even if they are under hype now, because they like had to get them themselves under Dusty Playlist. So if anything, they're working from a disadvantage, because that is a dusty ass company. I'm sorry. Anyway. Yeah. Interesting question though. What do you guys think? As you guys ponder that, I'm gonna jump back into the chat. Andre also says, because then notice how once Next Level came out, everyone started doing a beat drop change up. They are the blue. Ooh.
Queens. That's all I gotta say. I've been saying this since day one. I don't know. What more can I say?
I will say that type of music that they were making, maybe that's it. When I first heard Mama, I thought it was dated. I think that's what it was. I was like, I thought we were moving away from this kind of like music, but then I feel like when they like made it work and it became, I don't know. Again, I think the whole concept came together in like Next Level and Savage or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, they're setting a precedent. Like, no, we're doing this now. Like, this is what's gonna be trendy. And then, I agree. A lot of people are like, oh, let's go back to like that kind of noisy type of weird music, I guess. But
yeah. That's true.
How? Hey. Welcome. Leanne says, to be honest, I still don't like Black Mama. Hate it to the very end. XOXO.
I think you just haven't listened to it recently. I think you should turn it on and then just like, turn us off for a little bit. Just put us on mute.
No.
And then just listen. No, keep it on, but mute it. But also turn on Black Mamba. And then you'll realize it's a really good song. I mean, it's a really good debut song, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's in the top for me.
I was going
to say. The last generation, I guess.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, I definitely don't think it's their best song, but I definitely think I appreciate it for being a better song than what I acknowledged it before. Also, I think it's because I'm a very visual person, and I feel like I did not like their concept visually. Still really don't that much.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of made it a bit jarring. Just like how I think a kind of plain song can definitely be taken to the next level if it has like a good music video, a good concept.
Next level.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's like this.
I'm correct right now.
Right? Isn't it?
Oh, next.
Next. I thought it was. I'm on the next.
Oh yeah,
isn't it that?
It is so. Yeah. Okay.
It's like the opposite.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's like always looks like why? How do your arms do that? Because my arms don't.
Let's see. They failed after school in Pristine, that company. Weird enough, me and my sister were talking about how they did Kahi so dirty, and it just made no sense. But yeah, Pristine too. That was just I don't like. Okay, but that was just weird. Like, not to say that
they're like a fever dream too.
Yeah. like you had 80 girls from Produce 101, which was popping. Like people loved their debut, they loved the members, and somehow you
screwed that up.
Yeah, they did that on purpose. It's a social experiment.
Is it?
Yeah, it has to be because it literally makes no sense. Also, hey Tia, welcome to the stream. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember what we're talking about, but yeah.
I know we were talking about copy and pasting.
Oh, groups?
No. Like at the end of the year.
Oh.
They seem like they just redo the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
They just sing their song.
That's true. Actually, speaking of that, that's actually one of our topics today because, we have a group that may or may not be in trouble because people are accusing them of doing said copying pasting a little too well. They took it a little too literally. We're also talking about iKON leaving YG and what's in store for them after that fact. And then our girls, NewJeans. Should we have a new podcast niece every year? Because I definitely think NewJeans can be the 2023 niece.
Once again, they can be yours. Mine will still be Esma's. And La Seraphim. You can have NewJeans, and I will have La Seraphim and Espa.
We have to be a united front, Jasmine, okay? So
I'm sorry, girl groups, I feel like we divide on you like Twice, I like Red Velvet. It was like it's always destined.
We were never meant to be. Fine. Okay. I guess that's fair. Everyone can have their own nieces. But I think because of that segue, I think it would make sense for us to kind of switch a bit of the order we're initially going to go in. So right now I want to talk about the fact that the premier podcast nieces, one fourth of the podcast niece quartet is getting dragged, and unfortunately, I can't defend them in the way I want to. All right, so the tea here is that during the 2022 MBC Daejejun, IVE's Wan Young and Lee Saw performed a special cover of IU's Strawberry Moon. And so while this is a beautiful screenshot of it, while you may think, oh, this is so great, we love a special stage, we love a cover at end of year awards ceremony, it actually resulted in them getting dragged because during the performance, they were very clearly lip syncing. Now, there's been debates like when lip sync's okay. Obviously at these special stages and special award shows, there's been lip syncing. But the reason why people particularly had a problem with this is because, as you can see, they're sitting down. And if you guys have never heard Strawberry Moon, it's like a slower song. It's like a slow, maybe a bit more up tempo ballad, but it's a slow song, right? And I don't even know if this is going too far, but I would even say it's like not that vocally demanding. I feel like it's not like you're doing really crazy notes there. So a lot of people are like, okay, there's no excuse for you to lip sync this song because you literally were exerting no other, like, nothing else, no other energies. So it became even worse where some fans did some snooping and clocked that the AR that was being used, so the track that they were lip syncing to, so it wasn't, well, obviously Strawberry Moon's not their song, so they have to do some type of pre-recorded vocal to lip sync to. And so people were accusing Starship of using the same AR, so recording that Wonyoung and Lisa did when they covered the song back in July of 2022, and just having them sing along with that. So not even recording a separate live vocal to then sing during the MZC Gayo Daejeon. They just basically copied and pasted it and said, okay, let's go. So a lot of people were mad. They were saying, okay, why, like, this is a special stage, your fans showed up, why would you lip sync? This is super, super lazy. Well, of course, I feel like everyone's always going to defend and say, they have performances where they sing live. There are other people who are lip syncing. And of course, IVE is one of the, like, more popular new fourth gen groups. So a lot of people were like, okay, how much of this is you guys actually being concerned / you guys just happy you get a chance to drag IVE, specifically Wonyoung. She's like a very, for some reason, controversial, like, figure. Like, some people love her, some people hate her, or whatever. Like, it's just people being petty. Now, as of today, Starship hasn't, responded, and I don't think MBC has responded either. But things recently took, like, a bit of a, I guess you would say, even more negative turn when KBS News uploaded a video to their YouTube channel called Mouthing While Sitting, the hit girl group criticized after lip syncing. And so they basically discussed the lip syncing issue. And so what I have right here is the cover of that, the thumbnail for that video, and the thumbnail reads, "Are they really singers? The hit girl group caught up in criticism." And so I was trying to find a English translation of the video. It's actually quite short. It's like a minute and maybe like 30 seconds. But they do talk about, I think, other groups, and I think they're using this situation to kind of springboard the just discussion of lip syncing, and apparently, I guess, its prevalence in this new set of generation of groups. And so I think in all right now, people are wondering, what does this mean for IVE, and is this tarnishing their image? So I think my first question is, obviously, we've had lip syncing issues before. We've had, like, I think what became like a really big thing is like when people do the encore stages at, like, countdown shows, weekly countdown shows. People are always like analyzing their, like, encore stages and seeing how they sang. But to get to the point where that you have a, like, news channel literally covering it, why do you think people in this instance are so disgusted or offended by this instance of them lip syncing? And do you think it's justified?
It's because they're just sitting there. Like, I feel like usually because the excuse for when people are like, oh, the idol's not singing live and all that, is because, like, recently I actually watched a video and, like, somebody commented that Bang Chan, or whatever, from
Stray Kids?
17.
Who?
Not 17. From Stray Kids, okay. Yeah.
I didn't remember. Okay.
Sorry. It's because I do SKZ, and so in my head, I did SVT.
Oh.
And it was like, I don't know what my brain did. But yeah, from Stray Kids. And he apparently, somebody commented and said that he said that it's because they have to do the dancing and the singing all at once. And, like, they have to get the perfect shots and all of that. So it's like, to do that multiple times, that's a hassle on your voice. Like, and then you're going to do it again for another thing the next day. So it's like, it doesn't make any sense to always sing live. And I was like, that makes sense. But this kind of takes away from that, because it's kind of like, you're not dancing. You're just sitting there. And then you're not even singing, like, high notes or, like, doing something that's going to strain your voice too much. So it's like, that's also, like, it just takes away that excuse, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it just looks bad.
Mm. I mean, yeah, as a resident Ive stan, I was like, lady, no, I'm not the type who are like, take away their everything or whatever, but I'm like, ladies, this doesn't look great. And I will say, so to your point of like, yeah, they're sitting down, I think this was like the general, I guess, thing that people were getting at when they were like, well, you know, a lot of people lip sync during the end of the year award shows. It is like I think, more intensive schedule than like, you know, every day, you know, because you're going, like you said, you're going back to back doing all these performances and things like that, having to like memorize all these new choreographies and things like that. So I can understand if it's like lip synced, because there's just so much to remember, and having something where you could at least not have to think too hard. You are like, girl, whatever.
No, I was like, I'm thinking that it's just like, if they don't sing live for anything, then it's like, what are you memorizing? Well, this is the one time.
Here's the thing. I really wish I could have went into this and like the claims that like, oh, like who lip syncs and who doesn't, stuff like that. Because the thing is, the performances I have been watching of fourth and stuff like that, because I think I'm more prone to watch music videos repeatedly and watch like studio versions of stuff, unless somebody was like, they really killed at this performance. So I really cannot say, and maybe somebody can shed light on how much people are lip syncing like other groups in comparison to IVE and things like that. But I think like I don't know, like I think in general it's a trend that people just like to lip sync now. Like I like and so, okay, it's making me sound like a stan.
It sounds so funny. I think it's a trend.
It's trendy.
What is this? Musically? Oh no.
Yeah, and I think, okay, yeah, to Tao's point, like, I know that this is a valid criticism, but part of me, to see how like butthurt people are so much about like IVE and Wonyoung, part of me, I feel like it's particularly like, okay, let's get this, just like it was for like Twice, just like it was for like Blackpink or whatever when they do their thing as well. I do think like, and I feel like I would like to approach this with like being able to separate that too, but I think it's just hard to, because it's like, yeah, they lip synced, but like, do they, like, I don't know, like, because I think maybe I'm being over the top as well. But yeah, I definitely am not like this type of stand that's like, this makes sense for them to do. I think if you're a singer, you should sing. And I want to say though, because this is what I was thinking, right? So they're singers, they need to sing. What do you think about the fact that, okay, so say like there is so does everyone have to be good at singing in a idol group? Because I was thinking, you know how like everyone has their different roles, and then so the dancers, often they're like, well, they can't sing really well, but they can dance. Do you think that's a good excuse? Because I was thinking about it and I'm like, yeah, they can dance, but also you release albums and you make music. So shouldn't there be, even if your other talent is dancing, shouldn't there be an expectation that you can also hold a note? So I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm on that train. I'm just I don't think you should just dance and then not be able to sing. I mean, look at like all these other, there's so many people that can dance and sing. There's Taemin, there's Ten, there's just a bunch of people that can dance and sing and be really good at both. Well, not really good at both, but like
decent.
Yeah. They can hold a note, they can do stuff. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Especially if you're gonna perform it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, it is very weird. And even then, like the threshold between like how good do you have to be at singing? Because there's a lot of people that are like in K-pop, like not everyone's a Taeyeon or not everyone's a Wendy. Like not like there's people who are literally just barely, not barely, but like can hold a note, I guess. But like they're not anything to hold like right. Guess. Yeah, because it's just like I feel like my opinion of what is good singing has been warped, because stans will beat you into submission if you think their fave that is just an okay singer is an okay singer, or you say they're not that great. Like they'll be like, but they can do this, and then it's just like, okay, but like we're talking about singing. Like there's different, like there's a different, like for example, like Yuri from SNSD, she has a like good voice, blah blah, but she's like not a Taeyeon. She's not like a Tiffany. No. She's not like a just like. So it's just like, why can't we acknowledge that? I don't know. It's weird. I'm literally just trying to obscure the point so no one drags them. So
I just think that you should be able to sound like how you sound in the studio. If you don't sound like how you sound in the studio, like, and you can't even reproduce it like at all, it's kind of like, what are you?
That's true.
What are you doing? Like, you can't even do your own note. That's concerning.
That's true. I'm looking at you, Kai and Mama. He's good
wow.
now, though. He's good now, though. I
was like, who? I was like, oh my gosh. He was young. I mean, like, 18 is, so young.
They called up Drew Seeley and they're like, we saw what you did for Zac Efron. Can you do it for Kai, please? Drew Seeley, somebody name, please.
You could still do. You could sing that. They don't sing the song as often as before, you know?
I'm a good singer now, but I was like, the difference between how his voice sounded in, was it Mama or was it?
It was History.
And that, I was
like, yeah, I remember thinking he was like such a great vocalist, and then I was like, wait, he doesn't even sing. he's just dancing and doing the occasional raps.
I don't understand SM at all. All right, so jumping into the chat, Talvez says NewJeans is the moment. NewJeans is the moment. Excuse me, but
wow.
Because it's random.
That laugh was so funny.
It's random, but I agree. NewJeans is the moment.
I could tell. You're like, it was like a joy. Dang.
But people were eating NewJeans up because they said that they have a bunch of Ajima fans, and I'm like, present. But yeah. Anyway, let's see. I was always getting into something I noticed. Yeah, they really like if you go on like the very petty like sites that are any petty thing. Like there's articles and things being made about any petty like the pan sites and stuff like that. Like they really eat I've up for breakfast every single day, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Is it Ive or is it just Wanyang? Because I usually just see Wanyang.
That's true. I think there's like I think with Wanyang it's more like I think like, and it's really petty. Like for everyone who defends them, because you know how like there'll be like people that are hated by like the K fandom, and then people who are hated by the I fandom. And sometimes that's just two different people, but then sometimes it's like, no, we agree. I think with Wanya, it's really weird because, like, I feel like in theory, the way she gets hate, like the I fans would be like, oh my god, don't like attack our baby Wanyang. But some of them are very like, no, you're right. She's annoying and she gets too much attention and she does this. Yeah, it's really crazy. I'm like, y'all, this is literally what has she done? She doesn't do anything except show up. But yeah, but I think there's a lot of petty stuff. And I think in general, it's like, why are they so popular? I think Yujin though, Yujin, I think people like her for the most part. Like I don't really see a lot of controversy with her. And then the other members, people are just like, huh? But maybe that's just me.
Yeah, honestly, I was gonna say I don't know who that other girl is.
So that's Lisa, and then I also want to say Liz. Another thing that came out of here was some.
I know her.
Yeah, it was some. You always know the girls who be singing. You are biased. You are biased to the people who can sing. But
I mean, that's how it should be for me.
That's the thing. That's why I think it's so funny when I ask you these. Oh, should they lip sync? Should they know how to sing? Because I know your answer is why do you have the mic if you're not going to sing with it? Like,
because really though. Especially a simple song. It's like you can't even like you got in the studio and you recorded this and you're sitting there and you can't even do it again? That's unless you're sick. I don't understand.
I mean, that's fair. And I think people like I think sometimes though, like it's a bit out of the idol's hands. Not in the fact that like they should be trying to get better, but like they'll like add these weird filters and stuff like that, and like probably not tell the idol in like the after edits or whatever. But I will say, well, I'll jump into chat and then I'll continue. But Jordy says they should be able to carry a tune at least, but they should stay in their lane. I think that's so well put. I agree. Yeah.
And then reproduce that tune.
Yeah, which is not much to ask, right? Just no, not everyone has to be Beyonce, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Andre says, I mean, if you are an idol, if you're in an idol group that releases albums, then you're kind of expected to at least rap or sing. That's true.
And I wish that people would be more, they would study rap more. Because some people, because rap, and it's like, what is that?
What's going on? That should be your fave. That's your fave group.
Oh, you know, but like, love you, WWW. What is that?
Because the way I
what is it? I love that song.
Yeah, I was gonna say I love that part.
But I even learned that's one thing I did over the break. I learned the dance for what's it called? That song. Anti-Fragile. Yeah, I learned the whole chorus for that. But like, that rap is terrible. Like, at least, or like have people that rap, like, I don't know, write better raps.
Yeah.
Something.
I always felt bad for people who like idols who genuinely are like there for the rap shit, because I feel like that's often like a stereotype that if they want you in the group and you just sound awful singing, they'll just make you a rapper so they can put you in the group or whatever. And I think, I mean, I get that or whatever, but like, because, you know, there's other ways that an idol can be charming and get fans and stuff. But like, to the people who are really there for the rap, they must feel like, this is not a game to me. This is not life.
You think this is a game?
Tal says, I'm of the opinion that if you're going to be a singer, you should sing. An idol has many roles, so as long as your position isn't vocals, you can get away with crap vocals. I want singers, but I give passes. Interesting. And so in that case, if their position is dancing and they can't sing, you won't fault them for that. Like, it's fine. Like, if they're like actually actively bad. That's like, none shall pass. Without holding.
I mean, I let some people slide.
That's true.
I don't want to say their names. There are some people out there.
I mean, yeah, I definitely stand a lot of people. Yeah, here's the thing. Like, it's hard because I do think it sucks that, like, not even that you don't get called out for being a sucky singer, but it's to the point that it's irrelevant that a lot of people are great singers and nobody will ever care because it's just been established that that necessarily isn't the end all be all with being a good idol or a popular entertainer or whatever. So I think more than anything, it's not that I'm upset or I find it frustrating or whatever. I found it like evil or bad or whatever that like people who can't sing get famous. But it just sucks when they get famous in an occupation, I guess, that should be uplifting people who are good. But a lot of times those people get paid dust. And so that's like the part that just gets me frustrated. But yeah, I definitely stand a lot of flops. It's in my blood. What do you mean?
Oh no.
Flop singers. But yeah. I don't know. It's just it's confusing. Jordy says, I think Wanyang gets pushed too much, and it annoys a lot of people since it's sometimes a detriment to the other members. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was telling you before we went live, Jazz, that one of the controversies or issues surrounding this was the fact that a lot of people were like, okay, why isn't Liz singing with them? Because she's a singstress. She's one of the better singers in the group. And people were saying, yeah, it was once again, they had to shoehorn Wanyang in the performance and at the behest of like, you know, letting somebody who's like a better singer or a stronger singer being able to sing along with them. So that's, yeah, I definitely think that I saw a lot of that too. Tal says, Jasmine doesn't have time for non-singers in an industry revolving around singing. If you don't sing, yeah.
Honestly, though, like, how are you a singer if you can't do it? What?
I need 2/3 of y'all to get out the industry right now.
Just don't say you're a singer. Just be like, I am here. I am an idol.
Well, that's the thing.
And that is it.
If you're an idol, are you inherently a singer, or do you see those as two separate things?
If you can't sing, then I'm assuming you're just an idol.
Listen, the girls are
but you can be an idol and a singer.
That's true.
You'll be an idol singer.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. Because, like, no matter how we slice it, there are ways that have nothing to do with having musical talent that will make somebody appealing to be an idol. And I think it's hard because I feel like maybe a couple years ago people would understand that more, but I feel like there was like a movement to like legitimize idols that wanted to be seen as like actual musicians. And so now the idea of splitting the identity of like idols and musicians is seen as like offensive to some people, because it's like this idea that, oh, you're saying just because somebody's an idol they can't sing, or they're not really into music, or they're not. And I'm like, in a way, yes, because I do think you can be an idol and not actually be interested in any type. Like, there's so many idols that only join idol groups because they actually wanted to be actors, but their company was like, do this first.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, we can't beat around the bush that there's some people who have actual no like passion for singing or dancing or music.
Yeah.
They just have to be there. But then there are people, and I feel like that is the best way to say it. Be like, okay, yeah, there's some idols that are singers. There's some idols that are rappers. There's some idols that are musicians, but that's not necessarily inherent with the job.
Yeah.
I don't know. So like I mentioned, at this point, we haven't had a statement from Starship, but I don't know. What if you were in Starship's shoes, what would you say about this?
Nothing.
You're like, what
am I gonna say? Yes, we did that. Like, no, speculate all you want. We're moving on, and next time I'll just be like, we're gonna re-record that. we're gonna do something else. We're not using the same thing from a freaking video months ago. Like, think, people. I'd probably fire the person that did that, and then move on.
Oh gosh, I think.
And then maybe you'd be like, maybe we should put someone else in there, like, that can actually sing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I feel like that's basically what they can do, because like if they apologize for it, I feel like people would just kind of pile on. But
yeah,
just like secretly doing better later will, like, people will forget about it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Also, thank you, Leanne, for the reminder. Yes, if you guys just are entering the stream and you're enjoying yourself, make sure to give the video a like to let us know you like it. Tao says, it is what it is. I'll take a couple more comments and then we'll move on to the next topic. But Tao says, it is what it is would be the best way for the best statement to. Oh, actually, yeah. Just kind of like, yeah, we acknowledge that it was lip sync, but
what you gonna do about it?
Exactly.
It happened. You can't go back. Sorry.
And we won it if we could.
Exactly. We got paid. We moved on. I don't know about you guys.
We already cast a check, unfortunately, so I don't know. Andre says, I will say, if they're sitting, I'm expecting live vocals. I feel like there's really a lack of a cappella performances. Like when A-Pink's music stopped and they sang LUV a cappella. Yeah, that used to be a really common occurrence. I was like, why are people doing this on purpose? Like, are they cutting their music on purpose? But yeah.
I recently watched a video of G-Idol.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, so like it was like showing them singing Tomboy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the music stopped and like they kept going, but it was like you could tell they were uncomfortable and like they didn't want to keep going. So it was like, what's her name? Soyeon. She like stopped doing the dance moves and she was just like kind of like laughing and doing it. But I was like, you guys look like you are kind of just like you're scared to actually sing this song live. Like, it just
it's interesting because the thing is, if we're really gonna get into it, if we're really gonna talk about, you know, what's really, I will say that, how do I put this? And the thing is, I am acknowledging that there's a lot of aspects of a performance you need to really make it a rounded performance, right? But like, so there's like three different like types of like singing, right? Like there's the completely lip syncing where you literally turned on that CD, you somebody Bluetooth Spotify and they were like, okay, go. You know, there's AR where it's pre-recorded but it's not the same vocals, you know, that would be on the CD version. A lot of people say that's sneakier because it's like you're trying to fake like you're singing live but you're not actually singing live. There's live with a backtrack where it's basically like you have a backing vocal that's essentially singing everything you're singing and giving you a lot of support. And then there's completely live where all you have is that instrumental. Maybe you'll have like background vocalist or whatever, maybe a little background, but like if it's supposed to be you, like if it's on the original track, it was you singing alone, that's what it's going to be live. And I feel like we don't talk about enough in K-pop how like it's not that one we hear a lot. It's the one where somebody's singing to a backtrack. And I think your whole thing with Idol, I wouldn't be surprised if there are actually a lot of artists that would be gagged if that happened to them, because yeah, there's a big difference between singing along with a backtracking vocals versus singing to a clean instrumental. And so like I feel like sometimes when we get into this, we're lip syncing, who's not lip syncing, blah blah, like not that lip syncing is like better than like singing at all, but like there's a lot of like we're relying on a lot of stuff here when there's a backtrack.
Yeah.
Because it's like literally the equivalent to like if you're rocking out with Mariah Carey on the radio and then your like sibling cuts it and then you're like okay, because you said
my thing is they sounded fine though.
Oh, they were just scared.
Like it felt like they were like they weren't taking themselves seriously, and I was like, you guys don't sound bad, but if you actually took yourself seriously,
maybe they
probably would be. Yeah, they were like, what? Like they kept trying to sing but like laughing, and it was just like you could tell it was awkward for them.
That's funny. Okay, then I guess that's different.
It's even worse if that would happen though. Like it's just like they're like, whoa, we can't do that. Sorry about that. Just like dance off the stage, leave.
Oh my god, a callback or throwback, Ashley Simpson. But yeah, okay, that's true, because they probably saw how the people eat up the encores. Like that's crazy. But yeah, and it's interesting because I understand being shocked if you didn't expect the music to stop, but like to be like they start doing magic tricks. They're like, pick a card, any card, without me looking. It's like, where did you get that? But yeah,
just in case this happened.
Yeah. It's like a lot. I feel like a lot of fourth gen are scared, and I feel like that could be like a lack of talent thing to who that applies to. But I think maybe it's just they saw like predecessors also get dragged for like having one-off performance or something, and then being pinned as like the worst singer on planet Earth. So that could also be it.
It's also like lack of practice or
that's true
experience.
That's
so it's like
true.
They don't really know what they sound like.
That is so
they
true.
Haven't been doing that.
That's why it's like when I see these new, and not to be like you have to earn your stripes, kiddo, or whatever, but when I see these new groups like just lip syncing back to back to back, it's not even that like, oh my god, you dare to lip sync. SNSD had to do their music from a cappella scratch, like, you know, every time they sang back in the day. Not like that, but it's like you're literally denying these people a chance to get better, because practicing in your like practice room will never be the same as practicing live on the stage. So like if you don't get that live practice, even if it constitutes you having some flop performances that go viral on Neighbor or whatever, then you're just always gonna be bad. Like, what do you mean? Like, oh my god.
I also think like if they practice more, they'd be able to change it up more.
True.
I feel like that's one thing that I've just like realized is that like end of year performances are just the same, and it's like they don't really like it. You could just change it up with just like one new ad lib or something at the end or something. But it's like you're never singing really completely live. So you're just doing whatever you sang on that track completely, word for like note for note, rather than being like changing it up.
Like you can definitely tell when somebody learned there's a song to the capacity that they need to do like a standard performance, versus they know that song like the back of their hand and they can do an ad lib here or switch it up here and blah blah and like that's because they know that song well. Like and I feel like exactly what you said, like that you don't see that often, because I feel like people are just like doing exactly what they need to do. Hello, Boho. What's up? Boho says, I want to know if they actually give these idols vocal lessons, because I always hear how they have to practice their performance for 18 hours. When do they get time to work on their vocals? Well,
never.
I mean, literally, I remember, what was it? Jungkook had to fight for his life to get some, like, they literally had to get their own vocal lessons. And I'm like, this is literally the biggest group. Yeah. What? It's foolish. I don't get it, but either way, I think as a whole, IVE will be fine. It was just like, you know, I feel like they'll get dragged for a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
People are gonna forget about this next week. Something else is gonna happen.
Somebody else will lip sync and they'll be like, oh, well, this is the only group that lip syncs
We
in the
knew
world.
it.
Exactly.
Fourth generation.
Exactly. All right. So moving on. Unfortunately, we have another negative story about another beloved girl group. 1/4 of the podcast news quartet. Miss NewJeans are in a controversy as well this week. So I realized we never talk about NewJeans. Like ever since, like maybe we talked about them once, but we literally never talk about them despite them having.
I feel like it's because they popped out of nowhere. Yeah, and then like I feel like we talked about Hype Boy.
Oh, that's true. The music video?
I don't. What? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I've never seen the Hype Boy music video.
Oh, I think maybe we talked about like how popular it was or something.
Yeah, I think it was just mainly just the song.
Yeah, but I'm a NewJeans, I think, because that Ditto song has crack cocaine in it. Because the way I can listen to that,
wow,
it's so catchy. And I will say, I'm gonna be a little a new Jarmy. I'm gonna give Army energy to as a NewJeans stan. I will say that was a good concept. It was concepting for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was so good. Like, to me, I thought it was so unique and it was so, like, well done. So, ditto. Not this song. Not that I hate it. Not that
I don't think I understood the concept, and I've only seen Ditto's video once.
Here's the thing.
It seemed like very... I don't know, wasn't it just like schoolgirls and they're videotaping themselves?
It was like, so I'll be honest, I was like, I liked the aesthetic in the fact that it was very creepy and weird and nostalgic too, which is so funny because it's like a nostalgia for a time that NewJeans didn't even exist. Like they weren't even born in the 90s. Yeah. Like stop appropriating my old person culture, okay? I want it back.
Oh, old person.
I guess
what are the older people?
Stop appropriating my millennial culture, all right? You don't know the struggle. Anyway, but so I watched like a couple because I was like, I can see there's something here. I don't really have the mind to like deflect it, but or like, you know, decipher it, but I'm willing to learn. But so there's 2 music videos for Ditto. There's like a side A or side B. To me,
oh yeah, I saw that and that lost me.
I was like, okay,
they have too many things happening. I was like, all right, there's another video that I gotta watch, and then there's a YouTuber that they found. Wasn't there?
Okay, so here's the tea. If y'all didn't see, here's the tea for the real NewJeans. Please clock me if I'm not saying this wrong, but basically, the video is essentially a commentary on like parasocial relationships between like an idol and their fan. So it's this whole thing where it's like 6 girls in this video or in this music video. They're all homegirls. It's like set back in like the 90s. So she's using a tape recorder. And so like while 4 of them or 5 of them, which are the members of NewJeans, are always on video, there's one girl who's like designated to like recording it. And it's like because she wants to, you know, like they're all friends. They all do this stuff. And then so slowly throughout the video, you see that there's kind of like this disconnect between the 5 friends that are like dancing on video and the girl holding the video. And essentially one of the videos I watched basically broke it down as like, in this video, the 6th girl who's like you know, filming, her name is Ban Hee-soo. And so like apparently
where'd that come from?
So apparently their fandom name is Bunnies. So it's like Bunnies Soo, Ban Hee-soo, like bunnies.
But like did they say her name?
They are calling her Hee-soo in the video a couple times. But then that YouTube you're talking about, that's like her. That's supposed to be her channel. Like it's Ban Hee-soo's channel, and she's uploading like little clips and stuff, which I found really cool because apparently not everyone knows about it, which is kind of crazy that they're literally their agency is like the queens of like just dropping shit and not telling anyone. Like I thought that was weird, but like yeah, so it's supposed to be kind of like this commentary because like Ban Hee-soo, she's like obsessed with them and she's like constantly recording them and hanging out with them, but because of that she's kind of disconnecting with like the rest of her peers and stuff. And like you see in one of the music videos that like she's recording them, and you see all these scenes of her recording them at like lunch and in like class dancing and at gym and stuff. But then I guess if you watch the other music video, or like it's kind of in both music videos where like you see that she's actually recording no one. Like they look at like a different perspective where like it's just her like holding this camera, but like her classmates are looking at her like she's like a weirdo because like nobody's there. And so it's kind of like this thing where it's like, so you can be like super in love with your favorite idol, but like keep in mind they don't know you exist. Like they can live their life. Like there's particularly this thing where it was like, oh, something happens to her and she's sad, and at first like the members of NewJeans are like comforting her, but then later on like she's still sad, but they're like just dancing in the parking lot. And it's like kind of like a wake-up call, like, wait, I'm miserable, why aren't you miserable? And it's like, well, since they don't know who you are, so it's kind of like that realization of like, I might be super in love with this idol, but like it's important to know that like I can use them to like brighten my day and stuff like that, but ultimately they shouldn't be my life because they'll go on living and doing their thing even if I were to like cease to exist. That's, I mean, that's me being extra, but you know, like but it kind of like, you know, you shouldn't be too invested because they don't know who you are. And then there's this whole part where she has like this realization of that, so she, I guess, gets mad and she like like throws her camera away and stops recording them or whatever, kind of like, I guess, her leaving the fandom. And then she steps into the real world, she gets herself a boyfriend and blah blah blah. But then it's like it does like, oh, 20 years later when she's an adult and she finds like the old tapes, and it's like, oh, she thinks fondly of them now because it was like her kind of coming to terms with, okay, I didn't know them and I shouldn't be super obsessed with them, but it still was like a good time of my youth, like that I spent loving them and being in their fandom. So like, I don't know, people were saying that was kind of like a commentary that like fans shouldn't be too parasocial with NewJeans or like with your idol because ultimately they don't know who you are. You are irrelevant to them, but like at the same time you don't have to be so cynical that you can't enjoy the fact that, you know, they do give you some like repeat. Like there's a really nice one that I saw where the guy was like, yeah, when people say blank idol saved my life, no they didn't, and stop saying that because that's way over the top, you know, because you don't know this person. But like it's okay to be like, oh, they helped me through a hard time and blah blah, but like giving too much to somebody that you don't know ultimately can be problematic. We live in a society.
What does that even connect to the song?
Well, see, the way that I say it, so like the song is like and it's very much like, you know, you can tell like the original like meaning was probably like, oh, I like some person and I want them to like me back. But I think it's kind of the way I interpreted it and how it can relate to the song is like, oh, like, okay, I love you know how, well, okay, I don't want to clock anyone, but there's like a particular fandom that I was a part of that when they would say something about the fandom, people would be like, oh my God, they said they can't live without us, or they said that we looked pretty today and stuff like that. And so to me, it kind of reminded me of that mindset of like taking things, I think, a bit too personally. Like it's like, oh, I love you, NewJeans, now say it back, you love me too, like I'm obsessed with you and you're obsessed with me too, right? Like expecting that kind of reciprocation of love that you have for your idol for them. And like, you know, idols do say, oh, I love my fans, did you guys eat, you know, I hope you guys are taking care of yourself. But realistically, and I'm not trying to say that they're insincere because I don't want to think they're like mean people and they're just playing you, but like they can never mean it, like they just can't. So like, don't be delusional, you weird. Well, okay, I don't want to be mean, but like, don't be weird and delusional about it because they'll never mean it. Like even if they're the most best intentioned idol, they don't know you. They don't know who you are, so they can never like mean it. So I think that's kind of like the thing.
Okay.
Anyway.
And people are saying this connects to OMG.
Well,
too?
So one of the things is that if you look in Ditto, some of the choreography that they're doing in Ditto is for OMG, and then there's a point in OMG where like there's scenes that were in Ditto that are in this music video, which I don't know what that's about. So y'all can give me the theories if you want. I did not understand why.
This is too much.
Yeah.
I'll wait for the book to come out. Or for the movie, actually.
It's giving me army tea. Like, and
that's too much. Too much. It's keeping me away. It's like repellent. It's jasmine repellent. You don't want me to come near a group. Make it complicated for no reason.
I was gonna say
like, that's good for movies and all that, but for a group, I'm like, just give me the song.
Well,
That's what I'm here for.
I feel like it was really interesting because I was looking at the comments and I could see a lot of like NewJeans fans going down that army path. Like the whole, oh my God, this is so like, big brain, you need to blah, blah. And then a lot of them that I feel maybe were there for that whole era of army being like, okay, it's not that deep, calm down. Like, we don't want to, like, and it was very interesting to watch because, like, I know,
I should have been there. Like, stop, guys. Please.
I was like, Jasmine, is this you?
I'm trying to enjoy NewJeans, and you guys are throwing me out.
But yeah, there's definitely people who are down for, like, the lores and theories, and then other people being like, no, this is not what NewJeans is about to be about. It's not that deep. Not everything has to connect to everything. Apparently, Taylor Swift fans do that, too. Swifties, if there's any of you guys, you can sound off.
For what?
Apparently, she puts Easter eggs and stuff like that in her songs and music videos.
God.
I literally have maybe watched 2 Taylor Swift music videos my whole life, so I
Honestly,
don't know.
Same.
The actual tea.
Why is that? Wait, what the heck? I think I've only seen Blank Space and that Teardrops on the guitar before I even knew who she was.
Not even Shake It Out.
Like, I love that song.
Shake It Out. Shake It Off. Shake It Off.
I think I've seen clips
of
Shake It Off. That's when she's just, it's just
the different dances.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna jump into chat because I like literally told my whole life or their whole life story. I was like, so this member was born. Anyway,
I feel like it was helpful. I mean, does everyone know?
Oh yeah, I hope that was helpful because it's. I mean, it's not like I was searching all night and I was like, and a little bit of this, and a little bit.
She has a lot of red string behind her. If she pans to the right.
Yeah. Andre says, I will say for Ditto, the girl that was recording them, I thought was going to be a new member for some reason. So seeing the way that Red Velvet.
I heard that. Some people thought there was going to be like a new person. I was like, ooh.
It's because
Red Velvet, that's handled.
Red Velvet traumatized us when they randomly added, not traumatized, because obviously
I was going to say, dang. Gary's finally acclimated and you just like said traumatized.
I genuinely feel like because of that, now everyone's like, the idea of like a member being planned to be randomly added, everyone always thinks that's like a thing that's gonna happen, which is crazy. Tal says the concept for Ditto impressed me, I won't lie. I know the girls probably had no shade for the story, but the commentary was what sold me to stand the group. Honestly, same. I was very impressed with I think the aesthetic alone I thought was really, really nice because it kind of toed creepy and like nostalgic, but then also very cute and like reminiscent of your youth type of thing. But I was like also like, oh no, because this is where you get those stans that are arrogant and weird. And I feel like NewJeans doesn't deserve any hate, but that's like probably what's going to happen. I don't know. Maybe I'm traumatized because I've seen it happen to BTS and ARMY.
I'm traumatized now because I've seen it now for NewJeans.
Well, I think for now, a lot of people can split like the difference between being like, kind of just annoyed with their fans and them, because I think they're very, very well liked, which actually plays into this controversy that I'm going to talk about next a lot. But like, I think general, I don't see anyone hating the girls. Like, that's delusional. But I do see people being like, we hate Min Jin Hee, and she's annoying and problematic, and we don't like when their fans try to act like nobody else is relevant or whatever. But
that always rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, but I really liked it, and somebody made a really interesting commentary where they're like, yeah, a lot of this seems like they're going for older fans, almost like, I don't know, like I feel like I resonated with that whole like, oh, like, like I thought it was such a cool like commentary or whatever, but it's like a lot of people went completely, although like I guess they're all theories. I think that the theory that I described for the most part is the accepted, confirmed one, but a lot of people went like a completely different way. And I think like, not to be like, second gen fans role, but I feel like older fans, maybe they were quick to catch on to what it was about quicker than like the younger fan, because I feel like most of them understand that, while younger fans might be in that stage where they're kind of delusional with like their relationship with their favorite group a bit. I hope people don't take that the wrong way. But
that's interesting that they would be aiming for an older group like thing when all of them are like
Yeah, that's
10.
true. Well, okay, maybe I'm just saying that. Okay, I shouldn't say that. I definitely think they very much resonate with young Gen Z, and that's who like
Yeah.
their thing is. But I just thought that was interesting because I was like, yeah, how quick. I mean, I guess that is a better message for a younger fan base anyway. To be like, don't
Yeah.
get too delusional. But is that? I guess it was like, is that one that they would catch on to? But I guess like that's the whole point about sharing theories and stuff. So who
Yeah.
knows?
Also, it could just that could be their way of getting the older people, not so much the other, like their ages. The ages
Oh yeah, because
will
they kind of already have the.
resonate with the people their age, but then the theories will resonate with older people.
That could be true. Yeah. Um. Let's see. Jadelo, hey Jadelo, says, I had to watch some theory videos to understand the concept of Ditto, and let me just say, Ditto is one of the most creative music videos to ever be published. I really think it is really good and really creative, and that's why I'm just like, I like the fans that are being like a bit like too abrasive with it. Like they have their points. It is really unique. It is really well done. It is really. I think NewJeans. One of the ways that NewJeans is slaying is that they're doing things that are very trendy in like a very unique way. So it's like they're definitely picking up on like the fact that they have like this whole like Y2K early 90s theme when that is a very popular fashion trend that's like pushing, but they're like doing it in a way that doesn't just seem like, they're just copy and pasting everything they see. I feel like they're really doing a good job at that, their team, so far. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, Jordy, you make a also really good point. Jordy says, IDK, I think the meaning / concept of the video is really deep and iconic, but it falls flat when I realize these companies prey on parasocial relationships the fans have with the idols. But great song. That's
That's true.
true. Because I feel like now that you're pointing that out, it's like if you start employing techniques that are, very uncomfortable or predatory towards fans or that promote the parasocial relationships for your own gain, then you're gonna look like a hypocrite, even if you're just doing what everyone else is doing. So
Yeah.
interesting. Um, Tal says, I saw a comment that said what you did, Jay. Older fans seem to immediately understand that the MV was saying what the MV was saying about stardom because they've been there, and new fans just like the aesthetics. That's true. Yeah, yeah. It's interesting because I saw a lot of people being like, "Oh my god, NewJeans is the most aesthetic group ever."
I'm sorry. I'm like, it's not the first time a group has done this aesthetic, but okay. The concept, definitely interesting, but aesthetic wise, it's not the first time people have done Y2K. So it's kind of, that always rubs me the wrong way when they're like, no one's doing this like NewJeans. It's like, you just don't look. That's the thing. No one does music like Ditto. It's like, I've heard people do songs like Ditto. It's just very weird.
You know what's actually funny about that? I recently got into Pink Pantheress, the girl who made the when you wipe your tears, do you wipe it just for me? You never heard that song on TikTok?
I think I have. It sounds familiar, but I also don't know.
I like, I don't know, because I don't know her that well, like, but I know that song, and then I know she has a song that, like, I don't know if you heard the boy's a liar, the boy's a liar, he doesn't see her. Oh my god. I didn't get on TikTok. No, she's really talented.
I mean, I'm always on TikTok, but maybe I'm on a different side.
She basically has a song that's very similar to the style of Ditto, and the fact that it's a bit eerie, it's a bit like it has that like kind of like beat where it's like it's like fast. It's like a slow melody, but then like a kind of club beat. I don't know how to describe it, but I'll show you it later. But yeah, Pink Pantheress, she eats, and I'm like, oh, it's kind of like, it's weird that they're both coming into like fame, at the same time, because both of that, because I feel
Does
like
she sing?
Yeah, she's a singer. She has a very unique voice, though. But yeah. So yeah, let's actually get into this controversy. So essentially the controversy is, as I mentioned, NewJeans released a music video for their song OMG this week, which is like, I think Ditto was supposed to be like a pre-release song, and then this is actually going to be like the single for this upcoming album. And while a lot of people loved it, a lot of people thought it was catchy, a lot of people enjoyed it, there's also some controversy in the fact that kind of like theme and some of the imagery, it didn't sit well with a lot of people. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to know everything they were trying to say with this music video. I haven't done my video essay deep dives. The video essays haven't come out, y'all, so I did not read or watch them yet. But essentially, a lot of people feel like they're aestheticizing mental illness, in the fact that a lot of this music video takes place with NewJeans in a mental hospital. They're mental hospital patients, and you kind of see, it's kind of like them, it's kind of hard to explain, but like they are established to being like these girls that are in this mental hospital facility, and then you kind of hear and see what kind of thoughts they have in their head. I don't want to be offensive, so I'm going to say like maybe like some of their mental ways that I guess their mental illness is materializing, I guess. Like one of the members, I think it was Hani, like talks about how she thinks she's an iPhone. And now, before anyone says anything, I understand it's supposed to be like a metaphor and it's supposed to mean something deeper. I definitely think, especially with the iPhone thing, it's supposed to be like a commentary about how you can kind of lose yourself as an idol and trying to like, or like as a famous figure, I should say, and trying to straddle what people think you are and the things that people imprint on for you, and then also still remembering who you are like in yourself or whatever. So there's definitely stuff like that, but I think a lot of people felt like there was like a way, I don't know, an attempt to kind of aestheticize this mental facility in a way. And like again, there's a case that they were just trying to make commentary, but then things like there's scenes where they're like dancing in their mental and their hospital gowns and things like that, which people are like, I don't know about that one, sis. So there was a lot of, question what's considered too far in terms of that, and is there a fine line between trying to say something by putting in a mental hospital versus trying to make it seem like cool and edgy and like different and things like that. And then there's one particular scene that's also been getting a lot of attention, and I had explained this to Jazz and I hope it makes sense when I explain it to you guys, because I'm like sending you so many paragraphs. I was like, oh my god, I might as well like compile this into the essay.
No, it was helpful because I totally like I went and tried to find the scene that people were talking about, and I thought I found it. I did not, because it was after that scene, and I was like,
it's after the credits.
I was like, I don't even, like, as soon as the credits came up, I was like, oh, done. I guess that was a scene. That nothing happened there. And then I moved on. Like, and then you explained it. I was like, oh, it's even further.
Yeah. So basically, during the music video, as I mentioned, each of the members kind of get a chance to like express what's going on in their head. One of the members, is kind of living as like a fairy tale princess. Another one of the members is like I mentioned, I believe it was Hani who had the whole like, oh, I think I'm Siri, I think I'm an iPhone or whatever. And then I don't get this part to a T, but one of the members, Minji, she talks about how she's like, oh, I'm actually not a patient here. I'm a doctor here. Like, I work here. And so then it's kind of, from that point on, it's kind of established, I guess, in the music video that she is the doctor that's taking care of the other members of NewJeans who are actually mental patients. Now, I don't know if that's another, like, layer of, like, the what they were trying to, like, display here, if that was, like, she actually wasn't a doctor and it was just like her mind kind of making that up or whatever. But to put into perspective, that's what she established. She works at this mental facility or whatever. And so after the credits roll, after the music video, we get this scene where we have this girl sitting at a keyboard. And so she's typing on Twitter. And so essentially we see her type what's on the screen right now, and that translates to let me see. Okay, the what the person types on Twitter translates to, am I the only one uncomfortable with this music video's material. Just show their faces and dance, or like idols should just show their face and dance or whatever. And so as she's in the middle of typing it, we then see Minji, who, like I said before, was established to be a doctor that works at this mental facility, come and like kind of tap her on the shoulder and say like, let's go. And so a lot of people, this isn't sitting right with, because essentially what this scene is being interpreted as is there's somebody who's criticizing or hating on NewJeans' music video, and then they're perceived to be a mental patient at this hospital. So a lot of people are saying that this is kind of a dig at what would be perceived to be haters, but essentially would be people who criticize, you know, things coming from NewJeans as being like mentally ill haters, like that kind of thing. Like, girl, your mental illness, like that Nene Leaks gif or whatever, that kind of thing. So one, people are like, okay, so you're writing off any criticism that's coming towards them as the person being mentally ill. That's problematic. And then also people thought it was interesting because, as I mentioned, the like comment translates into like, is anyone uncomfortable with the music video, what's in the music video, idols should just dance and show their faces, because people feel like this is a commentary or like an attack on the criticism that the creative director slash producer of NewJeans, Min Hee Jin, had aimed at her last year when Adore and their agency and Min Hee Jin got criticized for their song Cookie, because a lot of people felt like the contents of Cookie were like sexual, and a lot of, and obviously NewJeans is minors, so they were sexualizing minors, which Min Hee Jin, you know, was like, nah, y'all are just reading it wrong. It's just about baking cookies. Any deeper or sexual meaning that you guys are reading, that's on y'all or whatever. And she basically just dismissed it. And then apparently I've been reading that Miss Girl, apparently this is the first time that she's been accused of like doing, like having weird things about minors. So a lot of people are just bringing that up in general. Now people are also criticizing the MV director, which I, being bad at my job, forgot to write down his name. I think it's Woo Shin Wook, I think. And they're also saying, well, what do you have to say for yourself? But a lot of people thought that was tasteless, because it's basically, if it's true and it's like Min Hee Jin or their team trying to give a message to the people who criticize the Cookie song, you're basically saying that they were mentally ill for having a genuine critique. And even the comment in the music video would just kind of be a critique about their like music video, not necessarily about the girls themselves. So why do they need to be seen as mentally ill? So essentially people are just saying it's leaving a bad taste in their mouth. Not to mention that, like I mentioned before, for the most part, NewJeans themselves, I don't think they get a lot of hate. Most people really like them. So for them to have this whole like to the haters type thing when there's no haters to speak of, people thought that was in bad taste. So my question to you guys is, should NewJeans disband? No, just kidding. What are your thoughts?
If people are like me and skipped over everything that happened in the video only to listen to the music, because I was like, wait, what is this, a 2-minute intro of them talking? So I skipped immediately and then just was like, I just want to know what this song sounds like. So I didn't really pay attention to anything. So people might be like me and just not pay attention at all and know anything about that.
That's so, yeah, I was gonna say,
it's not gonna hurt everything.
Yeah, I definitely think that it's not like an all hands on deck. Like, for every person who's saying that they felt that problematic, there's like 8 people saying, oh my god, they looked so cool, you know, or like, oh my god, their bunny hats were so awesome and stuff like that. So I definitely don't think it's like, you know, everyone saying that, but I agree. I think that it's like this weird thing where you know that there's a commentary there, but it's not like, you might not get it right away. So then you just kind of take it as them dancing in different places and doing different things. So it's like, you like deeping it as like disrespectful and stuff like that. Many people probably don't even, because they just kind of just see it as like this random music video with random scenes. But I don't know. To
be honest, I don't even think I looked at the screen when it was playing. I was like, I think at one point I was like, there's too much happening. I just want to hear the song. So I just like put my phone to the side and was like, let me just hear what it sounds like. Cause I don't know what's going on in this.
Yeah, honestly, that's true. I feel like because I was paying so much attention to the music video, because I was like, oh, Ditto had this profound, like, you know, plot. Let's see what, like, I'd seen that people were saying that Ditto, or oh my God, was going to be like a continuation of Ditto. I was like, okay, let me keep my eyes peeled. I feel like I didn't really even listen to the song. I had to go back and then listen to just the song on Spotify to like be like, okay,
I can't see any. I mean, I can't hear anything. Yeah, like I'm just like looking.
Yeah, definitely. Andre says, I thought the honey bit was a callback to a film called I'm a Cyborg, That's Okay, starring Rain. The thing is, that whole thing, I was like, because I haven't seen that movie in a while, but that's the first thing I kind of thought when I saw about it, but I don't really remember, like, Rain thought he was a cyborg, but it was just like him trying to cope with something else, right? But I forgot the plot. But if that's the case, then I'm like, oh, okay, because I felt like there was something here, and I definitely think even without the relation to the I'm a cyborg, but that's okay. I feel like there's like a commentary they were trying to, like, it was like her saying she's Siri is her trying to cope with the fact that she's struggling with her identity because people online in the public are saying she's this, and like, because she's like, because it was very like much like, oh yeah, like I was confused, I don't know what I was, but then I realized I'm just here to entertain you, I'm here to sing for you, I'm here to show you what you want, and kind of like a very like obviously like, yeah, I'm just your plaything, like I'm an idol, like I'm a public figure. So I definitely think it was a commentary. I just was like, there's a lot going on here, and I feel like I need to actually take time to see what references are actually being made. Hi, Allie. Welcome to the stream. Allie says, I'm so casual, I didn't think of anything of them being in a hospital. Just vibe with the music, not phase, because this wasn't the only song released in recent featuring someone dancing around an award. I think that was another situation. Well,
who else has done that? It sounds like such a random thing to be dancing.
Yeah, I mean,
and multiple times.
Yeah, and I feel like there was like not necessarily an award, but I know there was a lot of some Blackpink stands, I should say, that were miffed because they were like, okay, so you aren't going to drag NewJeans, but you're going to drag Jennie for being a sexy nurse costume. Suddenly we, like, you know, that kind of thing, like where people were like, oh, is NewJeans getting a pass, like that kind of thing. So I definitely think you could probably find different instances where somebody did something similar to this, and either people were also mad or didn't care. So yeah, interesting. It's literally the okay, grandma, let's get you to bed. Yeah, that's exactly what I saw. Give me that Nene Leakes thing where she's like, mental illness, just smile and wave, you're witnessing mental illness. Tao says, personally, I don't feel like they're romanticizing mental illness. They're just telling a story, and the story to me doesn't glorify anything. It's just commentary.
I don't think, is that the problem though? I don't think it's the romanticizing.
Well, I think
mental illness.
I think it's a mixture, because I think people were claiming that they were using it as an aesthetic. Like, look how like quirky and weird it is that we're mental health patients, like, and we're having these like delusions of grandeur or whatever, what have you may say it, or whatever we're having. I don't know what they're called. Hallucinations, I guess. I don't know what it's called that you would have if you would like imagine something that wasn't.
I mean, I can get that for when they're dancing. It seems little. What is that? But the scenes shouldn't be a problem because it's like they're just acting for a concept. But the dancing parts where they're just like doing the what is it, the cha-cha slide or whatever.
There's 3 hops now, y'all.
What's going on? Like, you could have just dressed as normal people or something.
I feel like,
or you had the bunny hat thing. Let's just wear that.
That was such the whole time. Cute fit. Love that fit. Andre says, yeah, I don't think they're romanticizing anything. It's just a commentary. The ending, I feel like, isn't about someone's actual criticism, but random hate comments. Yeah, I just feel like it, like, I don't know. That's what I definitely thought when I first saw it. And like to Leon's point, the okay, let's get you to bed. Like, yeah, the grandma comment. Yeah, I definitely, that was the vibe that I got. But then thinking about it, I think it was such a weird, and again, I think I'm limited by like what I'm being translated. Maybe I'm not getting the right translation. I think it was so weird to have the hate comment be, is anyone uncomfortable with the music video's material?
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between that and Honey looks ugly in this or something like that.
Yeah.
Or they can't
I think that would have been a simple thing
Yeah.
to put. And that makes the point come across the same.
Yeah.
But without other implications.
Yeah. Because knowing, like, I don't know. Because knowing that there was a very public controversy with them and the content of the song as opposed to the actual members, I feel like they had to have known that people would at least think about that, even if that wasn't their intention. And even in this case, there are also people saying that, oh, maybe they immediately knew people would feel a way about them, like there being a mental health aspect to their music video.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. That's what I thought when you read it.
So I don't know, because it's like, maybe you don't care. And to be fair, a lot of people do concern troll. Like, that is a thing. But I think the hard thing is that sometimes when people are concerned trolling, there's actually a concern there. Like, that person might not care, but there's actually, like, I would not be surprised if there's a bunch of people being like, with the cookie controversy, being like, ugh, NewJeans, gross, blah, blah, just because they didn't like NewJeans. But that doesn't, like, squash the point that, like, the fact that some of that stuff that was in that song were questionable. Like, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Don't go changing just to please me. Sorry, what was I saying? Literally ignore me. Mute me. What were you gonna say?
I wasn't gonna say anything. Yeah, no. They have so much going on. I'm too old for this. I'm sorry. My brain's shut down. I'm like, no.
If this is controversial, they need to just promote Ditto, because that's a better song anyway, and that has a better concept, and that's more catchy.
It is a better song.
I'm gonna just put it out there. If this gets us to Ditto supremacy, then maybe it was, no, just kidding. Maybe it was what was needed.
I already think people think that Ditto is better.
Oh, definitely. And I was like, maybe, like, I wonder if they would have came out with this first. But nah, Ditto is just something about Ditto. It just has crack. It's just a better song. Yeah. Tal says, the controversy about the end scene is such an eye roll. I feel like including the tweet was an acknowledgement that the MV was different and weird, but it should still be taken somewhat seriously. Interesting. So it was like calling out people before they could even say anything about, like, negative about it.
That makes sense.
I mean, that's interesting. You get to control the narrative before it's even done. There's already this section being like, hey, I know people are going to say this, but before they do, you got to get that. They're serving lunch. They're serving applesauce right now in this.
Yeah.
Moonbyul did Lunatic last year. Did that have a?
Was she dancing in a award? I'm not gonna look it up.
Okay, I was gonna say, can you look it up? I realized, because I'll immediately start playing the song and then Susan will kick us off. Jadella says, I think it's kind of hypocritical for fans to criticize the whole concept of mental illness in the music video when there are multiple TV shows, movies, etc. showcasing the same thing that are in OMG. Like, are you not going to criticize that movie or TV show too? And I feel like that is definitely a good point. And I feel like the thing is with music videos, because they're so short, they don't get the privilege of being able to really sink in their points, and like what it's supposed to be about. Right? With this music video, at the end of the day, it's just like a bunch of flashing scenes. And then you also have to put in the dance scenes, which don't really mean anything, but they need to be in there because it's a music video. So
OMG did not click that song. I mean, the music video at all. It was saying, oh my gosh, and they're just like in a hospital gown. Like, what?
It's interesting because I was like, if the whole mental psych ward thing was taken out, it would have still been a catchy music video. But I definitely do think was it Jadella or no, Tal's point that it does make this video, it adds like a bit of, what did you say? Because I feel like it was the person, it was really good. It adds like it makes it different than like a typical music video, like because they're like, okay, there's some type of story here to follow. Because I was like, that scene when they're in the bunny outfits and they're dancing behind the party, such a cute scene. I love that.
You said their fandom's name is their what, bunnies?
Yeah.
And that's why they had bunny ears?
Maybe, I guess. I mean, I think they have a whole bunny thing too because their album art. Their album art has been that cracked bunny.
I forgot what
it's like. It looks scary.
I feel like I know.
It looks like a 1920s Disney animation. But yeah. But that is I think that's a good part because there are other things like what is the line between what's allowed to be shown, and I think that's the thing because it also is what do you take a music video as, like what do you what do you look to get out of a music video when you watch it? Because if it's just
music.
You're like, why is it thinking they should have just danced? We're here for the music. Yeah. But no, I feel like that is true because I think the interpretation that it's like, oh, it's supposed to be aesthetic. Well, yeah, if most of the time when you look at a music video, it's just a visual complement to the music, then maybe it's, you want to be as open to be like, maybe they're trying to make a deeper point here or give them the benefit of or not them, because NewJeans did not make this, but their creative team the benefit of the doubt that there's something deeper here. But at the same time, I do think if they don't have enough time, or if in many people's opinion, they didn't expand on the point they were trying to make, then people would interpret it as distasteful because they're like, well, we don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm waiting until people start accusing them of being fake deep like they do BTS. I'm waiting for the countdown.
I mean, isn't this kind of fake deep if it's not them? It's not them.
That's the thing. Splitting the controversy like that, and I think it's just really weird because it's just like, can you criticize something about a group without it coming back to them? Because I think none of this should have to do with NewJeans at all, because again, they didn't make themselves say this. They didn't make up this concept. It was like created for them. So it's just kind of weird because it's like obviously it affects them, but it's like it literally has nothing to do with them in certain senses,
I mean, it is the group though. It's not the people in the group, it's the group. Because
it's true.
It's technically not that's not their persona. It's technically me. What's her name? Heejin or whatever.
Yeah, I mean Heejin.
It's her group. So
that's interesting. That is such an interesting thing where like a group is not only the people in it, because there's so many people behind the scenes that make the group what it is.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, there's like the group as in the 5 members, but then the group as in everything that creates the image that isn't. Oh my gosh, we live in a society. Let me get a pipe. We live in a society. It's a crack pipe.
Oh my gosh. I need to feel like that.
I'm like, we live in a society.
We live in a society. No wonder you're saying that. Oh my gosh.
To be honest, I didn't even know this was a controversy. I definitely think it's more on the I've seen more of the mental illness criticism on the iFan side. I only see maybe one article about this particular scene. But I think more of the mental illness, like the using mental illness being a thing in the video as a whole. I've definitely seen it more on the iFan side, but that's also me, might be just being biased because where I go to look for news and conversation. So, Jadella says, what I'm saying is I don't think it's fair that NewJeans / Adore is getting hate for this sort of theme when there are other forms of media being loved by viewers that broadcast the same themes with no hate and consequences. Well, I think kind of to that point, I think it's similar because it's a music video as opposed to like a show. I definitely think there's a bias because I definitely think people expect deeper meanings are more open. And again, they have more time to expand on what they're doing. Because if you think about it, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, my Rick and Morty, like, they just don't understand. Like, if somebody looks at this, they don't really see a well thought out idea when they watch it. Their first assumption is, oh, you're just trying to be aesthetic. Because even if you were trying to make a point, it wasn't well done or it wasn't good. But I think that also is the fact that a music video is just very limiting, because you have 3 minutes and some change to try to make a point if that's what you're trying to do, as opposed to a TV show, which might get multiple episodes, or a movie, which gets like maybe 2 hours plus. So I feel like the bias might not necessarily be because it's NewJeans Adore, but because it's a music video and an idol group, as opposed to esteemed director like the guy who did Paris. Well, mental illness wasn't a thing in Parasite or whatever. And I think because the nature of a music video is seen as an accompaniment, like a accompaniment. What is it?
For what?
For like a music video is like seen as an accompaniment. Like it's supposed to be a part of this like when somebody plays accompaniment.
Is that not the word?
I don't know if I'm saying it right. Accompaniment?
Accompaniment?
Yeah, that of a song. A lot of people are like, because a lot of the times music videos are just like, oh, this is a way for the song to seem cooler. So I feel like people will take the most, maybe least generous in this case, interpretation of what the music video was trying to do. In this essay, I will. I don't know, but that's just like me trying to like see both sides and what people are saying. But either way, it's interesting. I don't really think it's blowing up that big, to be fair. Like I said, I think for the most part, people are like, oh my God, like this is a catchy song. But you know, ditto supremacy. Although I do like that part. They keep asking me, who is he?
I don't.
That's like the.
I remember they said that, but I don't remember how it goes. I only remember the oh my God.
That part is so good. And when they do it the first time, I'm like, hey. I stand. They're so adorable. But yeah. I definitely think though it's I can understand it being such a sensitive situation because they are so early on. I definitely think they're starting to get into that stage where it's like when they were new, hot and flashy, not hot, but like new, like the new thing, people are like, oh my God, we love NewJeans. But now it's like, oh wait, they're kind of like really popular and like maybe a threat to a group I already like, or I don't like the fact that they're getting popular so fast. And I feel like they're starting to get into that era where they are getting potentially haters. So it's like you got to be careful because one controversy can now give justification to people who are like quietly waiting in the wings, not sure if they were going to be haters, which could like add fuel to the fire. But again, I just feel like it can be a slippery slope because you don't want to get it to the point where anytime anyone has any criticism about NewJeans, you're like, hater, take her to the mental ward, you know? But or like, you know, people just rub it off because, you know, they just assume it's like a NewJeans hater. Not saying that anyone in the comment section is doing that at all, but I feel like it's just like a delicate balance you have to balance. In conclusion,
I thought you said a name.
Oh.
Like I thought you said Anakin actually. I was like, oh, Star Wars for what?
I'm like, so Anakin Skywalker, he was actually in the music video. I don't know if y'all saw it. He made a cameo. But yeah, in conclusion, we're gonna move on. I think we're gonna jump right into the
Wait, we're not doing the first one?
No, we'll skip that.
Oh dang.
I'm so sorry. I don't really we'll talk about it after in the open bar. How about that?
No, we can skip it. Okay.
This is why we'll never talk about a boy group on the show. But we are reporting live for the Shoe Minute.
Well, I feel like you added stuff for me.
It does sound like I'm forcing you, but I thought maybe because it would like it would be a way to be able to talk about it, but then have like a segment for it.
Yeah.
But did you want to? Because you're the one who told me about this.
Yeah. So apparently EXO is going to come back this year, so I'm very excited. And I'm hoping it's probably going to happen like after Baekhyun comes back.
Oh, he comes back
Which would... Yes. I'm pretty sure. I think it's this year.
When did he?
Let me do it. I think it was Schumann was back, so it was in May. It was like May 6th
of 2022.
Was it 2022 or was it 2021? Wait.
Well, I know he had to go before he turned 28. So when did he turn? Let me get his birth certificate. I have it printed out.
Yeah, February. So he's coming back February.
Oh, dang. Okay, so that's not even that long of a wait.
Yeah, so hopefully it's after that. I noticed that you put that Kyungsoo and Schumann employment confirmed, but Schumann already had confirmed employment because he's going to be in a drama this year. So
sure, we'll see when we see. Oh wait, really? Drama?
Yeah, he started filming. I think he might have finished actually.
Has he acted?
It's like before? Yeah, he did. He was in a movie with Sung Ho. What's his name?
From M-Block?
No.
Dang. Okay. You're like never.
Yu Sung Ho.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh god.
So he was in a movie with him, which is funny because he played a guy that was younger than him, and Yu Sung Ho is like our age.
Oh, so wow. That is always so funny.
What? And then he was in another mini series where he sang a song for it. It was like a web series. I forgot what it's called.
Oh, EXO Next Door?
No, tell me why that was exclusively XOK Next Door, because XOM came in and they got coffee or something for 2 seconds and got their hair done, and then they disappeared. They didn't exist.
That was such a scam. I mean,
I was like, you really just said Schumann will stand there. No, he'll sit down and say one line, and then that's it.
Oh god, the girls on EXO Chocolate were angry back in the day about that, but you know,
trash.
If they want Kyungsoo, no, I felt bad because as a Kyungsoo stan, I was like, I'm eating, even though it made no sense that if you, in theory, Chanyeol was supposed to be the main lead, and then Kyungsoo technically was the second lead that, like, you know, has to, you know, F off at the end. I was like, it doesn't make any sense. But, you know, I was like, I'm at least not fighting for scraps like some of the girls were. Because that was weird. The fact that, never mind, let me keep my mouth shut before I
were you going to say Sehun?
No, I love him.
Didn't he have like a weird thing? He had like there was like a new character that wasn't even in EXO, and he had more parts than EXO-M did.
He was like Bestie's love interest with the main character girl's brother. I remember they like had this thing. Because it was, what was it? What? It was Dio, Kyungsoo, Sehun, and then Kai, who were like the 4 leads.
Is that what it was? I didn't watch this. So. As soon as I saw that Schumann wasn't in it, I was like, sorry, EXO. I gotta like skip out.
How dare you? A true stan would watch it no matter who was in it.
No, a true stan would stand on their principles, and that is where I draw the line. All of them should have been there.
Okay. Yeah, so
XOM. XOK.
Yeah, so I love employment. I love the fact that they'll be being able to support the podcast. That's great to hear. Any other thing from Schumann since I forced this?
Not really. They performed at the SMCU Palace thing.
Oh.
So they did I was not happy with the song choices that they did. They did a Love Shot, and was it First Snow? Yeah, First Snow. And I was like, first of all, it should have been Unfair, and it should have been Call Me Baby. So I don't know who came up with that, but I should have been on that. But they were there, and he also did his solo.
Oh, nice. Brand new.
That's about it. That's a good song.
It honestly was very catchy. And he looked really cute in the music video. I will say, and also to chat, like you're saying, like Love Shot was random, but did you know on Spotify that's their top song? Yeah.
For what reason?
I was like, so
I like Love Shot, but like I get over it after a while, and I have to go and listen to like, you know, Overdose, you know, some of the other songs that didn't get love.
Overdose was in wasn't popular?
I feel like it was popular, but I feel like it might have gotten overshadowed by Chris leaving. Then Luhan left that later that year. And then yeah, it's just I think it was popular, definitely. But, yeah.
I forgot that happened. But yeah, but I wanna say, does anyone who like also uses Spotify, have you ever like gone to your fave group's like Spotify page and then you look at the top listed songs or top 5 most popular songs and you're like, these are trash. Not trash, but you're like, what is the
Are they usually at the top though?
I think that's what they push them as, like the most listened to, I guess, that year or something. But it's just like it's very strange because it's just like
it really is Love Shot.
What is this? Yeah.
And then it's Monster. I like Monster, but that's also not my favorite. Yeah. I somehow like Lucky One more than Monster.
Yeah, Lucky One's really good. Lucky One's really catchy. But yeah, I just feel like Love Shot is very random. But maybe that's like, you know, when a lot of the fandom came in. I don't know.
I think the people like the dance thing. What was it? The foot thing that they do, and then they do.
Y'all are thirsty.
They do like the thing with like a gun and like.
Okay, because y'all thirsty. Okay, I forgot. Yeah.
I also think like people like finger dances. I feel like it's always like a point dance or something. It's like they always have that.
That's true. No, that's true. No,
not just EXO, but like K-pop songs.
That's true.
Like Sunmi did it. Jennie did it.
Oh,
it's always there.
In solo? She had a.
That's in solo. I forget. I don't remember what the dance was, but I feel like she had like a thing where I was like, "This reminds me of like Sunmi."
Oh. So. You're saying that she doesn't have an original bone in her body. You heard this here first, Jennie Kim.
I didn't say all that. Also, doesn't she only have like one song? So.
Speaking of that, sidetrack. Sorry. Apparently, YG decided to lie to us this week and say that Jisoo is gonna release her album this year. So we'll see if that happens.
It's a lie. Oh, I thought you were gonna say like they just said that it's not gonna happen.
They don't tell the truth, so you just say they decided to lie to us. You know, that's the equivalent.
No, they're telling the truth. They just didn't say like when or if you 31st. Can buy it.
Or if you'll listen to it. Like it's not for you to listen to. But she's done.
Is it for sale? We don't know. We might just have it for ourselves. But it was released. Guaranteed.
Oh gosh. Heart Attack by Choose, the most popular song for Luna as the third. I was gonna say I actually really like
well, you know they were hate listening. Hate love listening at the same time.
CLC's top song is Helicopter, and that song is my Don't you really like Helicopter too?
No.
Oh, you don't? Wait, Black Dress.
I don't hate Helicopter though. Yeah, Black Dress should be number 1 for me. But they're all pretty close. Wait, Hobgoblin has the most.
Oh, does it?
Oh, I
love that song.
That's the. Oh.
Mattel said that song is "Excuse My French" fucking trash compared to everything else.
That's what I thought. I was like, I swear I did not like Helicopter. But hey, maybe. Okay.
Helicopter came after
Black Dress to me is better. I think Helicopter is the last one, right? I think.
Is it? Okay.
Dang. I think it is. Before they broke up.
Let me get my timelines together. But yeah, my favorite is No. That I used to listen
That's also
so many times. Such a good song. All right. So that is it for the Shu Minute. Next up we have the Kyung Second. Woo!
You did nothing.
I forgot how fun he was for a second. I just got reminded. Thank you. Did I even make an intro?
You do.
Okay, there we go. The Kyung Second. That looks too long. So I was so tempted to do the song Junkit or whatever I called it, the song Second, because my actor fave. Oh dang, Kyung's is an actor too. My actor only fave. Apparently the girls are shook because he's dating a British woman, I guess. And
which one is this? The one from Squid Games?
No, the one from Born Reborn. I
was just
have one. So
point out that you have.
I only have one, so I don't know what you're talking about. But he was in Reborn Rich. And he recently revealed that he's dating some British or maybe Italian.
Oh, is it Song Joong Ki?
Yeah, Song Joong Ki. And like people are shook because she may or may not have 2 kids or something.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, first of all, she's British? Does he speak English?
No, I think okay, so here's the tea, and I think it's actually kind of cute. So last year, I think maybe it was 2019, he was in a movie. No, he was in a series called Vincenzo where he played.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was
some Italian guy, but he couldn't speak Italian.
Oh, don't do they eat, no, because they eat him up on all his languages, and I'm tired. He's trying, y'all.
Why make this show if no one's gonna speak?
He's trying. Okay, Italian. Here's the thing. As somebody who knows zero Italian, I was watching the first episode. I was like, okay, he's kind of eating. He did sound like he wanted to strangle me every time he spoke Italian, which did scare me. But he at least was out here speaking 3 languages. But yeah, so apparently for that role, obviously he had to learn Italian, and so this lady. She's actually Italian. I lied. She's not British. I just say things sometimes. Sorry, guys. But she's Italian, and she used to be an actress, but she's retired, and now she's a teacher. So what the streets are saying is that she was his Italian teacher, and that's how they met. And then they found love and started dating.
That sounds illegal. Aren't you supposed to not
date your students? I think he's 36. This man is damn near 40. I feel like that ship has sailed. But like, I mean, there's also people saying that she doesn't have any kids, and people are just saying, I don't think it would matter in the sense that like he's 37. He can make his own decision if he wants to date a woman with kids or not, you know? So it's very silly. But people are like, she's a baby mama. Like, now you're a baby's daddy or whatever. Or a stepdaddy. And they were mad about it and just being like weird and feral. And I didn't realize this, but the way that stands of that couple, like him and Song Hye Kyo, who he
the 2 song,
Song couple, the way that like you would think that they were participants in that couple and it was like a throuple or something, the way that they're personally offended anytime that couple gets brought up or there is like hints of them both moving on. I'm like, y'all need therapy. Y'all need to watch that NewJeans video because they were talking to y'all. Y'all need to watch a ditto and really sit there and think about, because people are weird about them, and I'm like, I don't know. K-drama fans are weird. Like you think that K-pop fans are toxic, K-drama fans are toxic. But yeah, so that's all
fans have like some toxic section.
That's true. That's honestly true. But yeah, so Kyung-soo, as you can see, looking handsome and turtlenecked up in this lime green number he's sporting. Let's just get into it because hair coiffed, eyebrows, I don't know, but it's working, you know, lips moisturized. Good for him. Because sometimes I'll be watching them K-dramas and it looks like they don't even know what chopstick is. And that's
yeah.
I'm concerned.
I think that's just a thing for K-dramas. They're like, they walk in, they're like, did you put chapstick on? Oh gosh, get the hair dryer. We gotta dry these lips out. Like, cause it, like, I swear it's everybody. Like nobody has moisturized lips in real life.
I really
don't dry that out.
Like, imagine your job is just talking and they're saying, no, your lips have to be dry. This is torture. What do you mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently he's going to be employed this year. And we got to thank Zico, apparently, for it. So yeah, it was announced by SBS that the former producer of Running Man, Choi Bo Pil, is working on a new variety show that will star Dio, Zico, Crush, Choi Jung-hoon from Janabi, Yang Se-chan, and Lee Yong-jin, and it's set to premiere sometime in March. And in this article that I pulled from All K-Pop, they also said that it is interesting to note that the 4 members that are musicians on the cast were all born in 1992. Dio was born in 1993, but it was at the beginning of 1993, so it's kind of like he was born in 1992. January. Yeah. And so, you know, it's a very friendly type of set where everyone's, you know, same age, so they can be very comfortable with each other. And that
Wait, that 4th guy?
Don't do this to him.
Wait, he's the same age?
I don't know who that 4th guy is. I only know
it's just a picture, but it's not. It makes him look older than everybody else.
I don't think this is the Janabi. I don't think this is the Jung. Let me see. I don't think that guy looks like a comedian.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, no, that is not him. Oh my god.
Okay, I was gonna say, oh my gosh, this man. How old is he?
Um.
He is older, right?
Oh, let me look if I can see which one he is. You are
I
so
feel so
mean.
bad.
Literally, he is just trying to live his life, and you're like, excuse me, you should be in the grave. What do you mean?
Well, as soon as I was like, wait a minute, friendly, same age. That man does not look. He does not look like
He is
that.
just trying to live his whole life, and here are you just being like, stop breathing and stop existing. I think this is Ye Young Se Chan, and he's a comedian and singer. He was born in 86, so he's 36. He's older.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
I think that's him. Yeah. Okay.
I feel better. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll actually be like we'll be employed this year. We'll be able to fund the podcast. That's really great for us. Yeah. So who is this? Oh.
How dare you? How dare.
My bad. I'm so sorry, guys. All right, so moving on, we're gonna talk about some songs that came out this month or this year. Well, basically this month. It's like,
The last 10 days?
yeah, last 10 days. We'll say that. So we're gonna start. We were not supposed to start with that song. We're gonna start with this
Yeah,
song.
I was confused.
Let me what? Okay, I forget which one I'm on. Yada yada yada. Okay, let's do this. NewJeans OMG. So we kind of already talked about this song, so we can like, be quick or whatever. But yeah, NewJeans released OMG, and a lot of people were anticipating this. Obviously, they made a huge splash last year with their Beyonce-esque debut and their 3 songs that, well, one was kind of controversial. 4-song album and subsequent hits from said album. Obviously, then we had Ditto, which was already a huge hit. And so they followed it up with OMG. Oh my God. What did you think about this, Jazz? Music wise. Let's go music wise since we spent so much time talking about the actual music video earlier.
I thought it was all right.
You said you didn't like it as much as Ditto, but how did you actually feel about Ditto? Like, do you think that song was really good, or do you think it's just average?
I didn't care for it at first, so then I tried to listen to it another time. It's definitely, to me, their second best song.
And Hype Boy
I like it.
First?
No.
Oh, you like Attention?
Actually, don't. Yeah, I like Attention more. I don't. I don't know. I don't really care for Hype Boy. I think it might be because people play it too much, or I hear it too much, and I only hear that one part, and I get tired of hearing that. It's only that one section, and I'm like, I don't know what the rest of the song sounds like, but I remember what Attention sounds like. And I like the ATTENTI on that part is catchy. But yeah. So, definitely think Ditto's better than OMG.
Yeah, I definitely think, and it's such a weird thing because I'm like, because I like Ditto so much, I don't know if I went into like being like, there's no way they could even top Ditto, because that would be insane to have a song that's more catchy than Ditto. And they didn't. To me. Let's I'm gonna say to me. And it makes me wonder, if I didn't hear Ditto first, would I be more impressed with OMG? Because again, I think Ditto was very similar to how I feel about, and this is a bit of a throwback, but Ice Cream Cake Red Velvet, where I thought Ice Cream Cake was a good song, but I felt like the concept and like the styling was so good that it literally made that so god tier. And I think like with Ditto, that's also part of it. Like, don't get me wrong, I still think I would have thought that Ditto was catchy, but I think with the theme and the music video and the concept, it just made it like such god tier. And I'm like, it was like such a hard like situation for OMG to follow up with. And because to me so far, again, I'm gonna make sure I like watch those like video essays and stuff like that to see if I missed like what I missed or whatever. It wasn't as solid, like there wasn't it wasn't as cohesive and solid, the point they were trying to make, in my opinion. And oh my god, or OMG, it just didn't resonate with me. And then the song, I felt like it was catchy, it was cute, but I feel like it wasn't as catchy as Ditto. And it kind of, I feel bad because it's literally, okay, am I just like giving my opinion on oh my god, or am I just giving my opinion on how it compares to Ditto? But like, you know, there were definitely some things I like that. Oh my god, I think that part is so good. And I also think the styling was really nice. Like I think they really have found a like voice and a style in that like Y2K teenager type thing. It's very adorable. Um but yeah, I wasn't it I didn't have that immediate I need to listen to this again when I finished it like I did with some of their other songs, honestly. Not just Ditto. Um but also I don't know, because I feel like for me, that oh my god is very, very catchy, but that's the only really catchy part to me. And then he is like catchy by default, but for me, like again, I hate saying this, but I feel like, and it's not just Ditto, like there are other songs, there's multiple catchy parts that make you want to listen to it.
Yeah. Like the beginning of Ditto's like the yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's catchy. Just I don't know, the chorus is catchy. I don't remember what the verses sound like for Ditto.
Oh. Na, na, na,
I think
all the time.
I don't know why. Okay, so I keep thinking that's how Hype Boy sounds, and I don't know why.
Hype Boy's like, baby, got me looking so crazy. That thing.
Oh. I don't know why my brain. I don't know.
They do have a very like pattern, like a very like I don't know, like how like that the scheme of their songs are very like this, that, that. Then we do this and then we go back to that. Like it's like repetitive, not in a bad way, but like it's very like but yeah. Jadello says, it caught me off guard, but it's a good song nonetheless. Also, what's up, Andy? Welcome. Never late because the party starts when you arrive. But yeah, we're just talking about NewJeans OMG song and what we thought about it. But I don't know. I definitely think this is good though, because it's like it's not a bad song, but it's also not as catchy as some of their previous songs. But I also think that's good because I feel like those groups that just do hit after hit after hit, that always scares me because it's like that means you literally have to keep topping yourself. And I think with OMG being just like good and like, you know, okay, like then they can come back with maybe a better song or a different song or more catchy song or a more like explosive song or whatever without having the pressure of having to keep like topping something that was super popular, because I feel like that would be overwhelming.
It's true. Maybe they thought about that.
Oh my god.
They were thinking that quick, like that far ahead.
Dang, they're playing 3D chess. I'm
gonna
So I lied to y'all and I told you I would have a meh button or option.
Wow, you had 500 days to get this done. And yet, here we are.
True, but got me looking for attention. All right, so I'm gonna put NewJeans on the poll and y'all tell me what y'all thought about OMG. And we will declare it. Like it doesn't actually matter if they get a pack, a cack, you know, Mnet countdown. What matters is if they're rated a flop or a bop on the Sleepy Idol podcast. That will make or break their career. So be careful what you vote.
How would you rate it?
Who, me?
Number wise.
I will say maybe a 7. It is very catchy, and the thing is, I always get like as the number gets closer to 5, I always am like, is that an insult or not? Maybe I'll give it an 8. Definitely something that's relistable too. But if Ditto is like a 10 for me, which I'm fine giving it a 10. I know people are like, nothing's ever actually a 10. I'll give it a 10. I was like pretty much addicted to that song. Yeah.
I was gonna say Ditto is a 7, 7.5 for me.
Wow. Oh, well, that's high.
And then OMG is like a 6.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because I also think I'm giving them NewJeans points because I think they're so trendy and cool. That like if somebody else like if somebody else that I don't really care for that much came out with this, would I still be like, oh, this is great? And I'm trying to like see it through that lens. I definitely think Ditto is the one I prefer out of the two, yeah. And I wonder how much this is just going to be like a dual promotion type thing, because it seems like a lot of people are taking to Ditto more. Dang, y'all voted flop. Jasmine, why did you gotta vote them a flop?
You have to be like a 4 for me to be you're a flop.
All right, so I'm gonna end the poll here and I'm going to officially crown it A bop.
Bop to the top.
Up away
Dun.
Yeah, their first bop, because I don't think we ever rated one of their songs before, so this is their first bop ever.
Oh, I was gonna say, what did we say about attention thing?
I don't think we knew. We were like, huh? Where did that come
from? Like, flop, flop. Oh, I mean, they're bop.
All flops under that. Across the board. All right, next
perfect ball kill.
our boys. Oh, I'm so used to saying girlies. But our boys, Wavy. I literally had like a dang conniption when I was like looking at this, because I was trying to write Wavy and it didn't even occur to me that it's wavy, but then wavy is also a word, like WAVY. So I kept trying to make the Y capital, but I was putting the V capital, but I was putting the V before the Y, and I was like, why doesn't this look right? And I was like, oh, it's spelled another way. But yeah. First of all, I was confused because we're rating a VIXX song too, and this looks like it should be a VIXX song.
Oh, what song?
This looks like it should be a VIXX song, like the music video.
Oh, VIXX, yeah.
But yeah, so Wavy.
Yeah, that's why I was like excited about this comeback, because I was like, ooh, another VIXX thing. Because I love VIXX.
But I was so confused.
And that's why I like gone to TXT. I was like, oh. This is very VIXX-like.
Actually, that's a major announcement. Jasmine is now a MOA. So
that's a lie. I don't know where you heard that.
Oh my god, fake. Listen to her. Don't even claim her MOA, because she's ashamed of being a MOA. So don't let her.
I'm not ashamed. I do like their music. Oh, their last album. Though it was definitely good.
That's the first.
There's only one song that I don't listen to, but the other ones I definitely like.
So if they come here next year, are we going?
No.
Okay.
Depends on how much that is, because I feel like it's going to be expensive.
$400 minimum for nosebleeds, of course.
And I would never. Never.
For nosebleeds, and you get like a paper cutout, like standee of them too. So.
Oh no.
It's worth it.
No. It is not.
But yeah.
And then you gotta sign up and do all that stuff, yeah. Right? Don't you?
I'm still a member though, so if they come back before.
Can you buy 2 tickets, or is it both of you have to be a?
Oh, no, that's a great question. I think I can buy more than one ticket. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. But so Wavy came back with the Phantom of the Opera. Actually, yeah, that's probably where they were coming from, because with these outfits, as you can see, I put the main character of Wavy as the thumbnail because it made the most sense. Anyway, what did we think about this?
I liked it.
I'm sorry, I'm just noticing the comment you put.
I liked it. And it's funny that you said that he's like the main character, because I was on their TikTok the other day, and like he came back from like, I think they were practicing I don't know, an SM, I guess, and he came back from wherever, I guess he was in China. So he came back and he like turned up the lights and then like ran away. So it was kind of like he was the Phantom of the Opera kind of thing, and they like found, like they chased after him to see like who it was. It was like, it was cute. A little surprised, because I don't think they knew he was coming, or they were supposedly didn't know.
Oh yeah, well that's cute.
I don't know. I don't know how things are with these people.
Yeah, I was gonna say. That's cute.
But yeah, but I do like the song. It's pretty catchy. The verses are hard to hear a little bit, because I feel like the people, I don't think they have deep voices at all in that group, and I feel like they were trying to do deep notes or low notes.
Yeah.
And they don't have a Felix or anybody like him or a Wanwoo in their group to like handle that type of stuff. But it still sounds pretty good. And I like the dance, obviously. I don't know. NCT always has good dances.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I liked it.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was good. I definitely think this was one where, and it fit really well. So it's not even so much that the visuals elevated the song for me. I think they just went really good hand in hand. But I like the styling a lot, and I think that's just like a dark kind of like vibe, because that's the thing, like I never not to bring it back to VIXX, but I never super got into VIXX, because I don't know, it's really hard for me to get into boy groups, but I always did really like their aesthetic, except that one song they had that was very, very like violent. Do you know?
Voodoo?
I don't know, but there was like a lot.
Is that the one where they stabbed?
Yeah.
That song's so good though.
But that's scary.
Like, you know, they weren't allowed to do that during their performances because it was too
good.
Like, oh my God. It was a good part though.
That was scary
because it's voodoo. It's like you're a voodoo doll.
But that's scary, like scary. But yeah,
that's the point.
That's true.
Voodoo's not nice.
That's true. And I'm saying this as somebody who watched Squid Game, which was also very gruesome. So I don't know what I'm talking about. But
I still have not.
Oh my God, I'm gonna end you. But yeah, so I really, really liked that. I really like the concept. Of course, win-win, ain't no crumbs left. Hence why I use this still. But yeah, overall, I don't know. I don't think there's a definitely okay. If I'm ranking my wavy favorites, maybe like upper middle tier. So it's not like the super standout, but it definitely is something that like I'll add to my Spotify playlist and like play multiple times. Maybe not rush for it, but like I wouldn't skip it if it came on. But yeah, I was gonna say I think the theme and the vibe is like the thing that stands out for me. So I don't know. I'm a very aesthetic person, so yeah, that can definitely give something a lot of points in terms of like an overall like production of something. But I think it's good. Rating wise, number wise though, what would you rate it?
This 7.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 6.5.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean it's a pretty catchy song. I was probably gonna say around like 6 for me.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. It sucks because it seems low, but like if 5's average, that should be like not horrible. It's right. Number ratings are weird.
It's not low.
I mean, well, yeah,
it's just like it's above average. It's not like too much above average. 7's like above average.
That's true. That's true.
8's great.
7's heaven. 9. Andy says win shields rise up, and you know we will rise again. Still I rise.
And yet he hasn't been at any of the performances.
Listen, one step at a time, okay? Still we rise.
Because I like was watching them perform and was like, this looks weird. Is somebody missing? And then I realized that he wasn't there.
Well, listen, he has to keep the girls guessing, so then they'll appreciate when he comes back. Okay, so what do we think of Wavy? It seems like a lot of people chat maybe have not listened to it, but we'll do the poll anyway. Just based off this picture of Win-Win, what do you feel? That's why I used it. This will get people, enthusiastic. What do we think about Phantom?
Like a phantom. That's how it goes. I'm singing it for you.
They're like, I was gonna hit bop, but I don't know.
But now that sounds terrible.
Yeah. No, don't worry, Andre. You can vote. I just said I don't listen to Wavy, so I haven't listened to it. I'll stay out of the poll. Like, no vote. But yeah, just what energy do you get from this picture of Winu? I probably should have used a picture of all of them if that was the case that a lot of people didn't watch. Because then now they're like, we don't know what music video this is from.
So mean to the other people in Wavy.
Listen, I think everyone did a great job. They're very existing, so that was
wow. I like how they sing majority of the song and Win-Win has like 2 seconds and you still say existing. Listen, that's mean.
Win-Win is working on it. Okay, we will get his part length up.
I feel like they just don't give him lines. This one, they didn't give him lines in this one because he's not even performing. So it's like, why bother?
They're like, you won't be here. So what do you mean you want lines? Oh, wow. This is kind of split a bit more than last one.
How dare. You need to have a didn't listen. You need a meh and a didn't listen.
That's kind of true, actually. Tal says, so I pressed flop on accident. Was it accident or was it accident?
There you go. That's one vote that's supposed to be on Bop.
We won't count it. We won't count it towards Bop, just so we don't get confused. All right, I'll stop the polls here, and I will say that this is Wavy's first. I think it's their first one.
Did we ever listen to their other ones?
I don't. The thing is, I'm not sure if we voted on it though.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know because the voting aspect is pretty new. But yeah. All right. So moving on, we have VIXX's. Oops, I forgot to add the thing. We have VIXX came back with Gonna Be Alright. Now I think the official video right now they have is a visualizer, but they also had this performance, and I thought it was more aesthetically pleasing, so I put it out. Does VIXX only have these 3 members? Ravi, Leo,
right now.
Okay, because I was like, girl, where is everyone?
I think N is still there. I think he's doing a drama.
Okay.
Or something. And then Ravi, he's not in the company anymore, but I think he's still technically in VIXX. Am I missing someone? Oh, and Hongbin. He is probably just done being an idol because he had so many things that he had to say that he shouldn't have said on lives. and now
he should have just held it in for like 3 more years, and then V Live wouldn't have existed, so it would have been great.
Well, he would have went on Instagram. We all know he would have found a way. He would have
take his Instagram away.
Yeah, I remember there was one of them that apparently Hyuk came in and was like, "Hey, I'm just visiting as part of the Save Hongbin from Himself committee."
Oh my god.
Are you sure you want to be doing this? And it's like, what the heck?
That was really strange. Was he was drunk during those?
Yeah, I think he was drunk. Yeah. But still, it's like, why are you doing this?
Overall, for some reason, okay, it was a nice song. It was very cute. I felt like it was like uplifting. And just like, a little cute. I could see it being like a OST and like some kind of drama or something. But like, they're gonna be alright. For some reason, I kept on thinking that Kendrick Lamar song. And is it supposed to make a reference?
We gonna be alright.
I was like, it was supposed to make a reference to that, or is that from something else? I don't know. I only know 3 songs, y'all. I'm sorry. But it was good. I thought it was
funny.
Nice.
Yeah, I just want them to do a full comeback one day. Like the whole entire, doing a dance concept. Because they just have so many good concepts.
That's true.
Like their last one was so good, like with the traditional clothing.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
That was so good. I don't know, like their dark times, like the voodoo and Hyde and all that. That was a good time. And then when they first came out, they were like very bubbly.
Oh yeah.
That was like, I just feel like I just really want them to come back.
Yeah.
It's so many good concepts.
Yeah, and I think it's always sad for like this sounds so like whatever, but like older idols like getting into that like mode where they will come back, but it looks very different from like when they used to come back, and it's almost like not as fun. No offense. I mean, obviously we're here for the music, but I feel like, when you get used to the whole rigmarole of what like a comeback entails, when it's like not similar to that anymore, you can kind of tell things are like changed and stuff, or people's priorities have changed, which is fair because that just happens with life. But it also just feels like it's not as big of an event as it used to be when somebody comes back.
Yeah, because I feel like this one, like, nobody really talked about.
Yeah, honestly, I was surprised.
Like, so sad. I was like, all these people that they list VIXX in their little lists of like, oh, K-pop used to be like this, and like have VIXX on there. I know they didn't listen to this song. They didn't care. They don't care about that.
Honestly, I was surprised when I went to go see the video and it said it was like 10 days old. I was like, oh, this must have came out yesterday or something, which I thought was interesting.
No.
Tal says, I would love for Jasmine to be the spokesperson for anybody in K-pop that gets into a controversy. Give her a podium, have them come out with a briefcase and a stack of papers and speak on the issue.
I feel like that would be so stressful. like, I feel like I was just here for the drama. Like, what the heck? You want me to speak? Wait, hold on. I'm gonna write this down for you guys, and then you guys say it
in front of a press conference. So here is the tea.
Yeah, but you guys got your tea, your lip tea. It's underneath your chairs. All right, let's go.
When they're looking under their chairs, you sneak away. You're like, oh, that was close.
Perfect. Yes. Like, oh, you missed my speech.
Oh, sorry. Not doing it again. I can't say it again. I can only do it once. Andre says, okay, so N, Ravi, and Chuck left the company, so really Leo and Ken are the only ones still in the company. That's so interesting because
Chuck left. Why do I forget? He's like literally my favorite, and I didn't even realize he left.
I think
did he leave recently?
I'm not sure. I think it's interesting though because the story that we skipped that we were going to talk about iKON leaving
that's last year.
YG. It was interesting how in their statement they apparently said that like going to the same company was very important for them to do. And I think that's so interesting because I always think it's like not to like whatever, because it's worked fine for a bunch of people, but when people like are like, we're gonna be under different companies but we'll still do things, I always feel like it's like, will you though? Like because it's just like I feel like that would make it so hard, like you have to coordinate across so many things. But I mean, and also I found it interesting, and iKON stands, tell me the real tea, that like now that they have this opportunity, like Bobby's or not Bobby, BI is not like joining back, like would that be too controversial? Or I don't know. I assumed that.
Would it be though?
Huh?
Would it be though? I feel like people listen to his music and he was pretty popular last year.
B2B, like literally Soulja Boy is his homegirl and they're like making songs together. Like what? Like I thought it was the only reason he wasn't in there is because YG kicked him out.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So nothing.
But I guess it's been a while since he's been in a group. So it would be a little weird to go back to a group.
Yeah, kind of like how Wonho didn't go back to Monster.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah. Like it makes it super complicated though.
They should do a song together though. Let's just be like iKON featuring BI.
That would be cute. That would be a cute little nod to the stand.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would have been interesting. Andy says, I'm surprised they didn't join BI's company.
Yeah, I was surprised too. I was like, hopefully that would happen, but
that'd be cool.
Yeah,
even this company, I wasn't too familiar with it, but on the article it said that they have a member from Kepler, and it's the company, I think it's called 143 Entertainment, iKON's company that they joined, is a label by...
I don't know what I thought you were saying a member from Kepler was in iKON. I was like, how?
They don't let Bobby join.
How does that work?
They add the Kepler. But yeah, somebody named Digital Master. He's a producer, and it's his new label or startup label, I guess. So apparently they already had like a relationship with him. But yeah, I thought that was just very interesting. But good for them for leaving YG. I don't know. Is that me or does YG not seem as prestigious as they used to?
I feel like that's one of the conversations people always talk about for like the big three or whatever. They're like, and I feel like they're like YG's going to be replaced by Hive, and it's just going to still be the big three.
No, I don't think they'll ever replace it because I think that like even with the whole like the mini conversation we had about how it's kind of weird that people just like openly naturally say the big four now and it's not like a big thing, and how there's like a generational thing. I think like I personally think one of the reasons why I think it's so weird is that to me the big three describes an era and not just who's the most popular currently. It's like a certain point in time. And to be fair, like, you know, people point out that it used to be like DSP that was like the big three or the big thing, but I think the reason why people don't refer to them as a big three is because it specifically talks about it's about like those three companies and what they did for that specific point in time, and how and like the artists they released, the hit songs they had, the influence they had overseas and stuff like that. So I feel like I always see big three discussions as a snapshot. Like same thing with anime. Like when people are like, okay, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, and My Hero Academia are the new big three or whatever. And I'm like, that's just so weird because I don't even think those align very well. Like, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. But I don't know. I forget what I was gonna say.
Oh wait, why didn't we talk about YG's
baby
girl?
Monsters?
Yeah.
Girl.
Well, I didn't get to finish because I couldn't remember the word. I also couldn't remember the word, so I paused for a while. I was like, girl, what's the other word? Group. But yeah.
Yeah, and maybe that's again, Because I understand that I view K-pop very differently of how I viewed it like 5 years ago, or how I viewed it when I first got into it. But I feel like the fact that we're finally seeing them is not making enough noise for that I would think it would. And maybe it's because we've only been seeing these very abstract things of them, but like I don't know, that like also gives to my point that I feel like they're not prestigious. Like I still think that like I don't think they're going to be replaced as big three, because again I think that's more of a snapshot terminology than like a now this is the new big three. But I do think that I don't think they're as, I don't know, because we've just seen so many bad things happen, like Jordy's saying with the Seungri scandal. Like it's just, you know, like so many artists have like ended like in like a fizzle under YG, or like they had to go to another company to like breathe life into their whatever again. Even like Taeyong, he literally left the main YG and went to the Black label, and I feel like that says something.
That's still YG at the same time, though.
But I feel like that says something, because I don't know. I think some people are so aligned with their company that they probably feel like it would be weird to completely leave their company, because it's just the history's too big. So I feel like that's like
Super Junior.
Yeah,
they're like, let's just make our own thing.
Yeah.
Let's not just be fully SM.
Oh, Andy says, I was looking at the members' ages of the new Baby Monster, and phew, I'm ready to hop in. Truly, I was like, 2009. Literally? You should be in preschool.
That doesn't even make sense. Like, is that even legal? I was
gonna say, she is actually very young. Like, not aside from her being post 2000s, like 2009 makes you like 13 years old. That's actually insane.
And like, what does she show you? Like, how long does she train? Like,
they snapped
singing wise, like
they snapped her up as soon as they signed the birth certificate. They said, all right, let's go. You're gonna be in Baby Monsters.
That's so interesting.
But yeah, that
has to be like the youngest group. Like, I don't think has any group been that young.
Well, there's
that's popular.
17 and 18-year-olds, right? There's like 17 and 18. Like that girl just happens to be very young, but most of them are like 17, right? Or did I read that wrong?
But that's still like the young. Like I don't think I've seen a group with a 13-year-old.
Well, Bo was 13 when she debuted.
She was a single person, and that was like 2001 or something. That was like ages ago. Taemin was like,
was he 15? Okay, I always do this math. Okay, so he was born.
Jisung was 14. I know that.
I'm pretty sure Crystal and Sully were like 14.
And that's when it should end, though. It's like high school age.
That's so funny because it's literally 1 year. But yeah, me thinking of 13-year-old me in middle school versus 14-year-old me in high school, that's two different people. But I also think you change more rapidly early on.
Yeah. I just think that middle school, everyone apparently hates middle school age. Yeah. Like, everyone has something that they didn't like.
Yeah.
Because you're just more, I don't know, puberty.
Yeah, pretty
it's just happening.
Oh yeah, Minzy was 14. Yeah, I think there's a lot of. I think one of the members of NewJeans is also very young. I think the youngest is 14.
Yeah,
and then I've the youngest member is like 14 too. So yeah, it is common, but 13. Yeah, being 13, I think that is like that's when people start to side. I mean, 14. All of them ages should be side-eyed, but like 14, because like, when you really think what you're doing when you debut an idol, doing that to a child is crazy, dude.
Yeah. Like, and it's weird. I feel like we went away from that, and then somehow something happened.
Yeah.
In 2022, 2021. Like, everybody's just young again. Yeah, I was just like, let's reset. Let's go all the way back to age 14 when we used to do that in like 2001 to 2009. Or 10.
I think companies feel like it's the best way for them to ensure a new generation of stans they can get money from, because I feel like they see those 14-year-olds and 13-year-olds and they're like, okay, how do we like appeal to them, get other 13 and 14-year-olds, and even if they don't have the money now, it's prepping, you know, when this group gets older, that we have a new group ready to have money and give it to our company by having somebody very young.
You can just get people that look young. And there's a lot of people that look young.
I mean,
that are actually adults. Not adults, but like 17's not that bad. 18's not that bad. But like 14 just seems like you just entered high school. You're just like, I don't even know what I was doing at 14. To be in a group and I'm like getting ready and practicing every day, and that before that they probably were practicing and all that before too, and it's like that's
like imagine traveling
seems so young,
being a world famous artist and then also thinking Santa Claus is real. Like I feel like that's what they're doing. Like what? I don't even know. I don't know. Oh, GP Basic says hi. I still need whoever put that together to be in jail. Quickly!
What?
GP Basic had like, it was like a bunch of babies, but like one girl was literally, I think the oldest was 13 and like the youngest was like 8. Or am I lying? I'm probably lying. I'm so old.
What?
I don't remember. My brain is frying.
GP Basic?
I mean, Boa even said debuting when she did, she wouldn't recommend it because it really doesn't make any sense. Because what are you rushing?
Yeah.
This person is a child. Like, what do you mean? Even if they waited 4 years, they would still be only 7. Like, that's why Boa is. It's so funny because Boa, it's like at like being like a 10-year like senior into the industry. She was only 23. Like, it's insane. Like 20 years the industry, only 32 or 33. Like it's really insane, and it just really puts in perspective that was an insane year to debut her out, and really made no sense. But yeah, it really makes no sense because like I feel like even now if I was put in a situation where I was in a public platform and I had a lot of people judging me, it would be hard for me to cope, but I think I would at least be secured in the fact that I did a lot of my developing and formative years and really like getting a self-esteem about myself, like not in the like in front of millions. So at least I know who I am to some extent. So if people start coming for me and judging me, like that whole thing in the NewJeans thing where they're like, oh, who's NewJeans? Like, what are we gonna lose ourselves or whatever? Yeah, that is gonna be. I mean, you can do that at any age, but I think that's particularly because you, as like a 14-year-old who doesn't even know yourself yet, is now having all these people that want all this stuff from you and are pinning all this like stuff onto you, whether it's good or bad. Like, you know, yeah, there's people who be like, oh yeah, like Jenny doesn't smile, so she's a B word. But also people who say, oh my god, Jenny is the perfect princess who, but that's also really weird and like intimidating.
Yeah.
That's weird. Oh my god, yeah, I'll remember when Samuel was training with 17, Baby Boy was like 10 years. 10. Oh my, for what? Like, oh my god.
That didn't make any sense. Like I was looking at like old videos, like the videos that they used to have for 17, when they were just like in the training room running around, and I was just like, Samuel was like literally like a 5-year-old kid with like 10-year-old or 12-year-old kids. It was just like, what is going on? and you really gave him the thought that he was going to debut with these kids.
I think that's the saddest part. To just
he's a completely different age. No one else was. I feel like no one else was his age. It was like everyone else was like older, and it was like him.
It's so strange. Yeah.
It didn't make any sense.
It's really weird. Yeah, it's really weird. Oh, plus I'm sure they want as many years as they can get, seeing as limited female idols' careers are. Boo! But yeah, there's probably truth to that too. Which is just so funny because instead of doing that, maybe just change the whatever. Because the thing is, it's not I 100% don't think it's the public that thinks that idols are washed up or female idols are washed up. Because I'm sure there's plenty of women of a certain age range that would love to stand or be interested in like watching or supporting women of their same age range. So like the idea that, oh, it's just nature that nobody wants to see a woman over 25, that's a lie. There's more insidious stuff going on, like with the idea that like a girl has to be like 5 years old. And to be fair, they also do really young boys too, so that's also like, I definitely think it's also an insidious thing. But I feel like boys don't suffer as much as like thing that, oh, after you're 30 you should go hide in a grave because death is ready to overtake you. Yeah, but overall we're gonna be all right. Okay, I'm gonna skip this one because I feel like we should just talk about this when the album comes out, since it's gonna come out.
Yeah, I was waiting for them because did I put this on?
I got it from our chat, so you might have not put it on, but I got it from talking from our chat. Yeah,
because I think I was like debating with myself if I wanted to put it because I was like, I haven't really fully listened to the song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I only
because I was waiting for an actual studio version.
Yeah,
and an actual music video.
That's fair, and I think likewise we'll just wait to talk about this Jimin Taeyang thing when it actually comes out.
Who's excited?
I'm not. No, just kidding. I'm excited to see what this sounds like. Honestly.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I saw a thread where people were fighting who sings better, and I was like,
"Is that a fight? Like,
well,
ooh.
Who's
winning?"
I'll ask that for next time. I'll start World War III right now. All right.
I won't. I just want to know who won.
I'll tell you off screen. I'll link it to you. All right. So we'll do a short open bar real quick. Oh my god, we're in jail. We'll do a short open bar. Jazz, is there anything? We'll let you start, and then we can go into chat. Is there anything that happened this week that you wanted to talk about and get off your chest?
I'm trying to think what happened this week. Random, but like I listened to. I sent you like the song "Selfish" by Yua.
Oh yeah.
I love that song a lot, but it's way too long. And it's not even way too long. I think it just gets repetitive. And I was like, for some reason, I spent like 3 hours rearranging the song to sound better.
Wait, like cutting it or like on a piano?
No. Oh gosh, on a piano, no. I can't even play the piano.
Oh, okay.
But I rearranged it in Audacity. So I was like, spent like 3 hours just doing that. Has anyone else like listened to a song?
We're like,
has anyone else listened to a song that like just sounds out of order? Because I feel like I've heard so many songs like that, and this is the first time that I was like, you know, I gotta do it. Because I think I heard someone else say the same thing that I thought about Selfish, and then I was like, you know what? What would it sound like?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember there being some channel that used to like they would do it with a lot of Blackpink songs, but like it would be rearrange it and then also kind of change some of the instrumental too. And it was like how I would make this song when people had criticisms of certain songs. But I definitely think that's like a thing that a lot of people at the least think about, if not actually do. But that's really interesting. Yeah, what how did you like arrange it? Because I actually thought it was pretty good as it was.
Like I moved there's like a part where she's like da-na-na-na, like she'll like do like a shouting thing after the chorus.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
So I moved that from the first chorus. Like I removed it completely. And it just went back into the second, like it went immediately into the second verse. And then I kept it for the second chorus. And I removed the dun 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 like that part, and I put that at the end. Because I feel like that's more of an outro type of thing that you would do.
That's
I moved,
Yeah,
so that was mainly. And
send me it. I want to listen to it. I want to see if I like which version I like better.
I will. Sometimes I listen to it, like I listen to the original now, and I'll be like, "Oh man, I'm so used to the other way." Because I spent like 3 hours just like replaying and making sure that it sounded good.
You're like,
I have no idea. Like, I was like, I have to do this, but only share it with myself.
I mean, sometimes listen, that's the way, but that's very interesting. But no, I definitely feel that there's definitely been songs that I'm like, this part shouldn't have existed or should have been shorter.
Yeah.
Jordy said, do you think you can post it somewhere for other people to listen to?
I don't know. I was like, how does one do that? SoundCloud? Wait, I think I would get sued. Would I get sued?
I don't think SoundCloud.
It's not my song.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think SoundCloud is like that anal about stuff. Plus, you made it your own by remixing it, so.
You're like, you moved 2 things.
Okay.
I will say I did have like 3 different versions, and I was like, like the other two were not good. I was like, this isn't what I was thinking.
Oh my god! Wait, because producer?
Oh, no.
Jasmine sound. It'll get to the. Anyway.
Oh gosh. I don't know.
Does Playlist still do that Playlist sound thing?
I don't think they do.
Oh.
I haven't heard it for 17. I'm glad.
Damn
I have
old.
I don't think I've ever heard it.
Play this sound. Like they'll probably do something like that.
Is that why it's called that?
What? Play this sound?
Yeah, play this.
I think it's in reference to the company, but I don't know if it's
because it's like play this sound. Your face.
I think they were saying play this. Okay, maybe they get some points
I feel like
back.
that's what they're doing.
Maybe they get, even though they ruined 18 groups, maybe they get some points back because that's actually kind of genius. Oh, okay, Andy's right. Jazz YP. That got me patiently waiting.
Oh god. I'll add that to the.
Yeah, put it in the beginning. And they're like, wait a second. You
did try.
The producers.
I will admit there was a moment that I was like, maybe I can add some because there was something I wanted to add, and I was like, maybe I could like try and mimic her voice. And I was like, no, I cannot.
Okay, producer.
I also don't know how to record.
Okay, producers are okay. We're gonna make a tag. Jasmine on the beat. What are the other ones?
Oh god.
Just made it.
I already feel like there's a guy in the beginning of the song that already talks, so it'd be a little weird. We might move out the way. This is my song.
That's the tag. Move out the way. It's Jazz YP. You don't get to
move out the way.
Diva.
This is Jazz songs, and you gotta listen. Whatever the Beyonce song is.
Okay, now you're just taking a bunch of songs and putting it into the song.
That's the only way. That's the only way I know how.
They do a class action lawsuit against you. Like,
all on SoundCloud. Dang.
Oh, Tal says the Golden Disc Awards were yesterday.
Yeah, I just saw.
Damn, I'm late. GDAs are still like, who won? Oh my god, I did not. Well, I did see it. So I'm lying, no, I didn't see it. I just didn't get a chance to watch. Or even look at, I don't know why I have this country accent. Or even look at the who won the award. Like, what's going on?
I know I've won. I just saw that I've won Best Song, which debatable. Okay. Song of the Year, and then Best Digital and Rookie Artist.
Dang. Okay. Kind of eat. No crumbs left. Oh wait. Oh, did Tomboy win anything? This is crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Does that make any sense?
I saw J-Hope.
Did LE SSERAFIM win? For sorry.
I think for some solo.
For what?
I don't know, but I know he wasn't there. So
TikTok Golden BTS.
Yeah, I think BTS won something.
I feel like they just wanted to give BTS something. What? TikTok.
They're like, this is our last chance. Okay.
That's me.
What
song do they have that's popular?
They had something last year. I just don't remember.
On TikTok?
I feel like that's so subjective because literally songs from like 10 years ago will blow up on TikTok, you know? I don't know. I don't know what the TikTok song was though. But I think maybe if it was just like it's just like a fan voting award. Like, was it sponsored by TikTok or was like best TikTok song or something?
I don't know.
But oh wait,
Rookie Artist is not still. What are they doing? What is this? Sorry.
No, I saw
the whole entire three groups for Rookie Artist of the.
I mean,
like
wait,
that doesn't.
LE SSERAFIM.
You know the three.
I mean, if we're gonna give it to three people, these would be the three I would.
Like, why do they have they always done that?
I'm not sure. I don't know if it was just like I've like, because I know GDA's like ever since I started listening to K-pop, it was a big deal. But like, for some reason that was one of the first ones I kind of stopped watching. I don't know why. Oh, I love this. Grammy-nominated K-pop group artist BTS J-Hope won the Thai Fan Support with Baoji Award at GDA's 2023. I love his style. Just looks so comfortable. He's wearing a. Well, I don't want to spoil it. It's a TTT fragile. Anyway. Fragile. Jay Park won a bomb.
Oh yeah, I did.
Song. All right. Now, Andre, you know that Jay Park is Venom to this chat's ear. Hey. Did they release an album this year? I think they released an album that was like late last year, and so it would count for this year's award, right? The B, wasn't that 2021, but like late. I think it was called B, the BTS album, and it was like late 2021, so it would count for this for 2022's awards, right? Or am
I guess. Which one? That's I forgot.
That's the one with
Yet to Come.
Huh? Oh my God! Yeah, wait. Yeah, you're right. Wait, Yet to was On and Yet to Come on the same.
No, On was 3 years ago.
You're right. Oh my God.
When Sia's in it.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. But
dang, you like deleted a whole entire section of BTS.
I really did. It's honestly scary and like sometimes sad, but maybe not sad, that like I used to know like so much about them like the back of my hand, and now I get so much confused about them. And like I feel like sometimes that's why I don't call myself an ARMY, because if like you asked me what the latest like ARMY meme thing was or whatever, I would not know.
Oh.
And so I feel like a fake flop. It's sad. Oh well. Damn. I mean, I still enjoy them. I just feel like I just can't keep up as much anymore. Why? I don't know. Because I feel like I had more of a life when I was.
Also, they're not doing much anything.
Well, I mean, I feel like they still come out with like specials and stuff. Like I still follow them, and they're constantly releasing new videos of like things they recorded.
Are they?
Yeah. Oh,
I saw that they had a Run episode.
Yeah, like that was recent. Oh, the Proof album must have won that. Okay, Proof. That was what Yet to Come was on. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, why is this so
Proof
hard?
was like that whole entire anthology of like all their songs and then one or two new songs.
Okay then. Also, can we be messy for a second? So Jasmine, I know the answer is no, but have you been watching Singles Inferno too?
I saw that was out and I was thinking of you, and then I didn't watch it.
Wait, you think of me?
I saw there was a clip of a guy who he's like in the army, or he was like in special forces or something, and they were supposed to, it was like 3 guys on a beach, and it was like a strength test.
Oh yeah, when they play the game, and he like,
yeah, and it was like he just like basically, I don't even know, dragged himself with his arms and beat them in like 2 seconds. And like people were like, yeah, he's in special ops or something. I don't even know.
He's a YouTuber though. I think he's a Twitch streamer.
What the?
Like he did do that. Like he did go to the army, but I'm pretty sure he's like most of them are like social media. Well, not that most of them are social media, but it seems like a lot of them want to try like are trying to be like social media influencers in some capacity. But yeah, he has like a stream. I thought that was interesting, but he's very popular. He's people keep saying he looks like Jongsuk, and I'm like, are you saying that just because he has long hair and tattoos? Because I don't really think he looks like Jongsuk. But
which guy is it? Wait, what the?
His name is Jin Young.
These are not cast members. This is Kyuhyun's in this. Is he in this?
Imagine he's like, you know what? I'm gonna try my shot at love. He's a panelist. So
I was gonna say, I just remember that this show weirdly has a. I can't. What is that? It's a reality show. Like, imagine watching Love Is Blind with a panel just interjecting randomly. Like, whoa, what's his name? Looks like he's gonna get in trouble. He's trying to run away again. Like, I don't care. That's what I'm thinking. I'll keep that to my own thoughts. Please don't tell me what to do.
I did find it jarring at first, but I feel like because I've been watching so many shows that have that as an element now, I'm just used to it. And sometimes it can be really, really funny. Like I curses on y'all for even putting this into my brain. So DKDK TV did their own called Ramen and Chill, where it was like foreign women and Korean guys. But it was
you said there was Brisk Life was on that?
Yeah, Brisk Life and Megan, aka Chani Mugu Saram. Imida. She was also on it, and then 2 people I do not know who they are, but I looked on their channel and they have 1 million subscribers, so literally it's just me that doesn't know who they are. But yeah, I watched the whole thing in like a night because I was just like I've been insomnia'd, like I've been suffering from insomnia, so I just watched it and it was a mess. And also, I went on the Reddit. It was also a mess. But these dating shows are just like crack. Like
messy.
People love them so much. Oh wait, Andre says, "Oh, before I go, why is Huey from Pentagon on that boy?"
Yeah, I don't know why he's there, and I'm honestly, what's her name? Who was it? Q? They piss me off. I'm so annoyed. It's like, why are they so dumb? Like, I just want to say so much.
Wait, is it like a what is her name? Jisoo? The girl from CLC who went on the Kepler show? Is it like that situation? What? Why? My brain is eroding.
Oh my gosh! They sent somebody. Wait. Where is she from? What group?
She was from CLC. I don't know if they had officially.
She was in.
Yeah, at the time they had.
Who's Jisoo?
Eugene. Why did I call her Jisoo?
Oh,
yeah.
I was like, who the heck is Jisoo? In CLC.
Yeah, she. Whoa, brain fire. She went on the Kepler show, and then that's when like we got the first tea that they were pretty much over, because she was like, yeah, they don't give us anything or let us do anything, so I came out on the show. So is it giving that energy, like because Pentagon isn't doing anything, or did they make him go on that show in hopes that he would, like, I don't know, get Pentagon raised, like, I don't know, get them attention, because that is children. What?
Like, and he's older. Like, isn't he like 20? Isn't he almost 30?
Oh my gosh, is he? What Pentagon? Well,
I don't know why.
Well,
I swear he's like he's almost 30.
And how old are the people in this show? You said children. Andre is fed up. Successful ass man Petey with children.
What's the name of the show?
I already forgot. Planet? Let me see if I can find it by clicking on.
Oh, that's what I should have brought that up instead of what I said. Have you heard of? I forgot what it's called. Girls Reverse. Girls Reverse.
Is that a show?
Yeah, or something. I don't know. But I was like in Kpop Thoughts or something on Reddit, and they were like, Girls Reverse is like the best survival show. And like I had seen little pictures of it, but it looked like it's a 3D animation thing. But there's groups that I knew that were on it.
I'm sorry, is this about VTubers?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's like girl groups are in it.
But then why?
And then I saw a clip, and they were like in virtual reality. The video of the dance, like, you know how like they have songs for the for the season?
Yeah.
They had little VR people dancing, and I'm so confused. I'm very confused.
Are the people real though, or?
I think they are. I think there's. I don't know. Is it just VTubers?
I don't know. I'm scared.
A virtual K-pop group is what they're gonna create. I don't understand. I don't get it. It scared me, and so I was like, I'm just confused.
Between this Huey thing and this, I'm just like, what's going on? Wait, Andre says, no, it's not. He's literally just got out of the army, and Pentagon, as far as I know, aren't
training
anytime soon. Like, literally, so why is he there?
And what's crazy is that he's written songs for Produce 101. So it's like, he went from producing songs for Mnet to them being a contestant on the show. I
mean, they could.
That doesn't make any sense.
They couldn't have forced him to go on, right? Like, he had to have done it on his own volition, which means he must feel like did he have? I haven't been watching it, and now that you guys have been saying this, I want to check it out, Jordy. But like, did he have one of those things where they're like, oh, a familiar face, and he's like, yeah, and then he tells his, tragic story. They always do that. Did he have one of those? Because what did he say about him being on it? That's so sad.
Did his episode premiere already?
Oh no. Oh, it's kind of like VTubers. Oh, they're trying to make a KDA style group. What's going on?
At least make them look better than that. Like, they look creepy when they were dancing. I was like, I don't want to watch anything like that. What is that? KDA look cool.
I'm so confused though. Are these real people then, or are these like?
Yeah, like, and the thing that I saw, like, because it's on YouTube, I think, at least some of the things, and they like are using VR headsets. So I'm confused.
I want to go back.
There we go. Cherry Bullet. Cherry Bullet's in this. People are in this that are in groups. So I was like, I'm so confused. Unity, Sonam.
Well, it says played by, so it makes it seem like it's not supposed to be a representative of them per se, but it's. Oh my gosh, this makes no sense to me.
Lovelies. Like, what is this? I'm confused.
WJ's
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Okay, I have to watch.
It creeps me out.
Just because I was gonna say that's the one thing I used to like for VTubers, but and I still do, like, personality wise, but a lot of their models are very scary and
yeah. What the?
And her birthday is 2021. I'm confused. No, I'm scared. A girl from Cherry Bullet is competing in one universe. What is going on? I have to watch both of these.
There's 2 girls, actually, it seems like. Isn't that the second one?
Oh my gosh, that's true. I think there's multiple. Oh my god, Nayeon from. Don't post this to my homegirls. Also, why are some of them born in like 2021 and 2020, but then this one's born in 2000? Why is this one
because,
random?
Nayeon's old. She's too old.
They're like, so you will be 100 years old because you were born in 1995, and that's final.
You will be a normal age.
This is so weird. Okay, and this one's born
2030.
in 2030.
How is that?
That doesn't happen yet, sweetie. Sweets, that's not a year that occurred. What do you mean?
So she's negative. It's negative 8 years old.
I am confusion. What's going on? Okay, now we have to watch this.
This made me more confused. I brought this up to gain clarity, and I have lost clarity.
Oh, okay. Jessica says, I feel like Cube can't really big or Pentagon being any more successful, so they put him in so they can have the extra revenue from him being in the group.
And you know whose fault that is, Cube? Yours. Because they freaking kicked out Edon, and they kicked out their other freaking moneymaker, and then they were just like, well, instead of just being like, well, we got our information wrong, they are dating, and moving on with their lives, they were just like, no, you gotta get out. And now look at Pentagon.
Ideal type SpongeBob? What?
Wait,
I hope that's not what we saw. Wait, where was that? Because jail time. This whole production.
Wait, control find. I mean, control.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
No.
Nemo, played by Haeun's Cherry Bullet. Ideal type SpongeBob. I
mean, she likes seawater and seaweed, so, it goes with your ideal type.
I need somebody in jail this instant.
Wait, what does it say? Sitting alone in a corner? It's her hobby.
This has to be like a joke. Like silly. Like it's supposed to be sillier, right? Because what am I viewing? What am I witnessing? No, not us getting into not us. We're not the ones that need to be jailed. Oh my gosh. Not SpongeBob Senpai Neil. What's going on? SpongeBob Neil.
Oh god. Specialty is losing at rock, paper, scissors too.
She's the goddess of victory, although she hasn't won anything yet. Okay, kind of relatable. Yeah, wait, hold on. Perhaps I'm gonna stand this? What's going on? Okay, I have to see this because I'm so well, I don't know, because it is creepy when like these AI things aren't done right and they like look scary. But
yeah,
I will just watch for the novelty of it. You got me. What is this on? Mnet? You got me, Mnet.
That's an Mnet show?
I mean, it seems like something crazy they do. Let's see. Also, I feel like I've seen these avatars somewhere. Like, I feel like these are standard models that you can, like,
Bye.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Kakao Entertainment, where 30 girl group members compete in the world of W to debut in a virtual K-pop group. The contestants are buried on a hill when they get eliminated.
What? don't know what to say.
What? The
Why?
the first episode was supposed to air on November 28th, but was pushed back to January 2nd, 2023, due to a dispute with the creators of the 3D models. This is
because they were like, I don't like my creation. I don't know what I did, but I want to take it back. And they're like, we already started the show.
What?
We gotta go.
Oh my gosh, this is scary.
Yeah, I don't want that.
That's hilarious. I gotta watch this now because this just seems so foolish, but like in a good way. Oh my gosh, they have like a lot of girls. Hi from A-Pink. Oh my god, this is wild. Weekly, Nature. Oh,
Bandit.
Wiki Miki. That's crazy.
The way you said it.
Wow, they got like a good like a cast. That's crazy. Okay, well, this is the new show of the year. Stop putting us in jail. I want to live. Okay, so I think we're gonna wrap it up here. But as always, Jasmine, any last words?
I don't know. Oh, you blurred yourself. Yeah, I don't have anything.
All right, see you guys next time.
Yeah, jail for you. Yeah.
They do look like Ruby characters. LOL.
Like what characters?
Ruby, that I think it was Rooster Teeth, that like animated show they made with that blonde girl, and it looked scary, but everyone loved it. But it got better animated as it went on. It's RWBY, right? It's pronounced Ruby, right?
I swear you tried to get me to watch this.
When? No, I did not. I would not. I haven't watched the show. My friend tried to get me to watch it because he wanted to cosplay from it.
Somebody, I swear I watched like one like episode or something, or like clips of it. I feel like it was you.
No, that was your own volition. That was your own volition.
I've never seen.
I'm interested in this. Let's see.
Because remember, the art looks so bad. Unless there was another one that you showed me that was similar to this.
Visual wise, no. But there's probably a lot of different anime that like concept wise are kind of similar. But also, yes, happy 10th anniversary. I got a boy. I will be burying myself in a grave because I'm so old tonight. But yeah, that's interesting. I remember when that came out and everyone dragged it and they're like, wait, this kind of eats.
I actually liked it.
From the get-go?
Surprisingly. I thought it was pretty good.
Oh wow. You have an
because I didn't really like any other
You have the golden
songs. I think it's because I like the part when it's like, here comes trouble, and they're like, dun, 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 dun. I'm like, yeah, this is good.
That song made no sense. I was like, huh? I
was like, get it. I was like, the vocals, yeah.
And they had those matching orange wigs.
I don't even remember what they look like.
Yeah, have you uned today?
Ooh, that is a good song. That is still like my top A-Pink song.
Yeah, that's such a good like evolution of themselves. Like I feel like that should be studied.
Yeah, it must. I feel like it was a little slow though.
It was, and I think,
first.
But it's so interesting because I remember they used to get that criticism, but then we saw what happened to G-Friend when they tried to switch it up too early, and people were like,
which was so weird. I was on board. I was like, yes, finally, I like this. That one, I forgot what it was called.
Fingertips, I think.
Yeah, that was a good song.
Yeah, but it was like that was so weird, like how people were just like, no,
and then they had to go back.
Yeah, they're like, just kidding. The waitresses, they're just in the back. I swear, we have the lace. It's ready to go. But yeah, that was really weird. But yeah. All right, guys. So you don't gotta go home, but you gotta get the heck out of her. That's the end of today's show. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. And again, if you loved the video, if you enjoyed the stream, make sure to hit that like button to show us that you did. Other than that, we will see you back here next week. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope you eat a lot of good food, go to a lot of fun events, have a good time, and we will see you next time on
That's right.
The Sleepy Idol. I think you're right. It's fun. Idol. So won't it not it? Yeah, Sleepy Idol. I got a boy Mochin. I got a boy.
I feel like you just sang 2 different songs.
I got a boy and some boy. See you guys. Don't they do this?
Oh, I feel like they do.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Oh, I kind of got the same wig they did in that one part, but it's just the wrong color. I have the orange wig. Don't let me get the orange wig out. Okay, anyway.
Why did you just... Oh, yeah, because... Okay. I was like, why?
Oh my god, that could have been my side Halloween costume. No one would have got it. People barely got one.
You would have to do that. And then people would know.
To make sure the wig stays tight. All right, guys. See ya.
Bye.